Welcome everybody to the Legendary Tales. It would appear that I'm a bit loud. Sorry about that, guys. Welcome to the Legendary Tales. We are starting the campaign for Steel Horizons absolutely today. Everyone who's new, welcome. So what we're going to do first is we're going to do like a 5-minute background of... is there an echo? There shouldn't be an echo. I don't have anything else running with our stream on it right now.
Yeah, I didn't hear any echo when I was listening to the stream.
Okay, good. I'm going to do about 5 or 6 minutes of world background. If you go to the About section of the Twitch channel, go down to the bottom, go to the About section, and click on the Acrid Strand map button. It will show you the map of our current world. It's known as the Acrid Strand. This specific world, our current sitting timeline-wise, we are about 35 years post what is called the Awakening. And the Awakening is a series of events where a section of the world has discovered a new element called Arcanus, and this has powered a technological advancement, and the first thing they did was attack the world with it. The rest of the world pushed them back, and it took them about 6 or 7 years to do so. Oh, the cameras switched themselves. That's great. Even after I fixed it. The world has pushed them back, and we are currently in the rebuilding phase. We're about, I want to say, 8 or 9 years post-awakening, or post-war, rebuilding everything. So rebuilding the whole world from scratch, essentially, because the weaponizing of Arcanus led to some extremely devastating effects that we'll find out later in the campaign. Let me fix the cameras real quick, and we will be good to go, because, whoop. Let me do this real quick, and then I will, because Davron is not this guy. This guy is not Sorshana. This is Sorshana.
Yay.
I gotta learn all your guys' names. Oh no.
This is Davron.
We have cheats on the stream.
This is Akshun.
I remember Akshun, just because Lumi kept repeating it over and over again.
Akshun will not be disrespected.
You gotta keep things simple.
And what we're going to do first is we're going to transition into the proper cameras first. And then as we're going along, we're going to introduce everyone's characters properly, because where we find ourselves is, if you want to take a look at the map with us, we are in the northwest side in a small town on the coast called Olive Shoals. It's a beautiful day. The sun is shining. It had just had a huge a rainstorm the night beforehand, and everything that had happened up until this point was fairly calm. One of our adventurers has managed to come all the way from Myriad. One of them has come all the way from inside of the Drowning Creep. One of our adventurers has come from the city of Insight, and then our final adventure has come all the way from the southeast side of Breach. So, we have all arrived in Olive Shoals to this loud and cantankerous... okay, this isn't working. So, apparently I have... okay. So, apparently there's no music for the time being. I think they removed all of my music. Oh no, there it is. Okay.
Yes, the music.
The music here. So this world is a steampunk-esque world. The technology has evolved significantly, but with the discovery of Arcanus, it has evolved in a much different way than we would expect normally. There are huge warships that fly overhead most days. There are giant creatures that have evolved because they've had their own experience with Arcanus, and that is why they are so massive. and those are known as what are known as megafauna. And there are many other aspects of this world that are yet undiscovered, and we will be discovering them fairly quickly. Let's go ahead and add this to the game. We'll put this on repeat. We arrive in a cove within Olive Shoals. And within this, I need to mute one of these tabs. Give me a second. Mute. There it is. Can you guys hear the music? Is the music good?
Yeah.
You guys arrive at this town. There's lively music playing within it. And on this cove, there is a large tavern where we find our very first player has already arrived. His name is Rom Valor. And he, his token is missing for some reason. But, Rom Valor, will you do me a favor and describe your character for us as I transition us over to the tavern?
Yes. Rom Valor is a nobleman. He is pretty young, about 20, 21. He has dark hair, is of decent build and height. He's about 5'9", 170 pounds, so about average. He is the one thing that you will notice about him when you first look at Rom Valor, though, is not only is he draped in some very fine fabrics, but he has this look on his face that is perpetually sour. He looks like he's always upset about something, whether it's you say it's a beautiful day, and Rom Valor's head, it's a terrible day because the sun's shining in his eyes right now, and the sea salt smell of the air, it's probably going to ruin his clothes, his nice clothes that he brought from Myriad. He thought the road was bumpy the entire time. That is Rom Valor.
Okay. Rom Valor, you've arrived in this tavern. And this tavern is known as the Eagle's Claw Tavern, because above this tavern, on the main and top level of this floor, there is a giant eagle's nest. And when I say giant eagle's nest, it is literally an eagle that could swallow a person whole in one shot. It would not be an issue because it is a megafauna eagle, and that's why they call it the Eagle's Talon, the Eagle's Talon Bar, essentially. It's, some people call it a tavern, some people call it a bar. But in this specific case, this tavern is run by a man named Bear Baxter. He is an eccentric man. He always carries on him a massive firearm, and he always exists in this place. And behind the bar is, in fact, Bear Baxter. And he looks at you as you enter with all the dozens of people all around you. And says, "You look like you're looking for trouble. Can I help you?"
Not quite. I'm looking for a man called Bear Baxter. Would that be you?
That would be me. That would be exactly me. And as far as I know, I don't know who sent you, but who are you exactly, stranger?
I am on business from Duchess Francesca herself. I am Rom Valor. You would do well to remember that name. Now, I don't know why I've been sent here, but Duchess Francesca, for whatever reason, sought to send me to this godforsaken little town and pick up some Hoboken from the backwoods. I don't know why I'm here, but apparently you do.
Oh, Duchess Francesca, one of my oldest friends. Well, in fact, she sent me a letter, and I'm told to wait to give you this letter until well, let's just say some more folks arrive who have been more or less summoned to this here place. So, go ahead and take a seat. Alice, my bar girl here, will get you whatever you want. It's on the house. If you drink or not, it's up to you. Just go ahead and go have a seat, and I believe your soon-to-be compatriots will arrive within the hour.
Right. Alice, get me your finest whiskey in your cleanest glass. Maybe rub the insides a few times. This place looks very dirty.
Alice looks at you, and she just gives you like the worst look you've ever seen from someone. Literally pulls a make a perception check for me, actually.
Oh, the first check.
The first roll. As you're looking at it, she literally watches you, locks eyes with you, pulls a glass out of the dirty dishes section, rubs it with the nastiest cloth you've ever seen, and then pulls what is very clearly an extremely low shelf, like bottom shelf, ground level whiskey, pours it in there, and it's like not just like a tumbler. This is like a 24-ounce glass of whiskey, and she fills it to the top. She comes over and she says, I don't know about you, partner, but where I come from, manners are required. And she puts the glass on the table and she says, if you don't finish that before we leave, I will shoot you. And she hikes her skirt up because she's wearing a large peasant skirt style skirt, and she lifts it up, and she has a double-barreled sawed-off shotgun mounted to strapped to her leg. And she says, if you do not finish that, let's just say a reckoning will come down upon you that you will never forget, or let's just say whatever of you is left.
Do I believe her?
Absolutely, 100%, no doubt. And that is not a threat. That is a promise.
Ronvalor will look over to Baxter.
Hey.
This how you treat noble guests? Unbelievable. And he'll walk off with the whiskey and take a table that is the most secluded from everybody and everything.
Okay.
In this godforsaken bar.
Absolutely. Shortly after that, walks in one of the most noble of lineage, one of the most beautiful characters that most people have ever seen. It is a large humanoid cat that has a large humanoid cat walks in a full set of scale mail that is completely decorated and covered up and embellished in the symbols of basically what is essentially knowledge. If you could describe your character to us, please, Akshun of the Golden Fields.
Akshun is a lion, or looks like a lion, or more of a cat. Unlike most other cat people you've seen, which are more kind of underdressed, he is very covered, wears a ton of black. Just think of your 16-year-old gothic emo kid, just black shirt, black pants.
Goth furry.
black coat, and one thing you do notice about this cat is that he is too large to be a tabaxi and too small to be a Neolin. He's kind of a mix in between, and a little bit of an odd sheep in that physical nature. So he walks in and goes straight to the bar, and he says, I'm looking for a man called Baxter.
That would be me, partner. What can I do for you?
Does the name Amber ring a bell to you?
Oh, it absolutely does. The only issue, my friend, is that I believe she has moved on for the time being. But I do have an employment opportunity if you are interested.
I look up to the big-ass eagle and say, what is that?
Oh, that would be, his name is Derby. And he actually resides in the upper levels. He tends to be outside, but for some reason, he has poked his head inside and is looking directly at you. I am not sure what that means, but I would take that as a sign, my friend. I have an employment opportunity, and to let you know, it is in the search and obtaining of knowledge.
All right, sounds good to me. What's the job?
Well, you will figure that out when the rest of your compatriots arrive. Would you like a drink?
Yes. What do you recommend?
I recommend, we just got this sweet wine from Tawny Leaves. Apparently it's been aging for a very long time. And he hands you like a small, like personal bottle of what appears to be dark red wine.
Okay, I accept it.
One
and I
of
give him a nod.
one of your compatriots is actually sitting there over in the corner brooding. Keep in mind that he is a noble asshole, so just be aware that he is not the nicest person in the world, but just bear with it for the time being. I have faith that he will be better with you in the long run. And he points over to his left in the corner where Rom Valor is currently sitting.
So I scanned the room and I found quickly what looks to be a noble asshole. So I walk over and I say, "Why the long face, my friend?"
You can click your token and use the arrow keys to actually move it around. So you can
Right
actually
now
you can
you're
actually
shouting at me from the other side of the bar. Why the long face?
just action doing action things, you know. And you sit down at the table with him. The next person to enter the room enters about 10 minutes later.
Ron Valor gets up and moves to a different table.
And Action follows him.
I've been told that we need to sit together.
I don't know who gave you such misguided information, but I have cat allergies. Now go away. We'll move to another table.
Mr. Valor, that is one of your compatriots for the mission that you were sent on by Duchess Francesca. So you sit the fuck down, or I will have Alice get on you. I don't know if you're into that, but that is a thing. Do you understand, son?
Why? This is unheard of treatment of a noble of my kind. This is unbelievable. Duchess Francesca will hear about this mistreatment.
And like literally Alice walks by you in like a super taunting manner. And the next person to walk in is a very unusual sight. We have a giant hairy like creature, but also dressed in some of the most elegant clothing that you've ever seen. Davron, would you mind describing yourself, please?
Davron has sort of a look behind his eyes that has this intensity about him, this sort of sense of self-imposed gravitas that he feels like he is the center of the attention at the moment. He is giant, as our wonderful man told us. He is about 7 feet tall, several hundred pounds, and covered in this light pale yellow fur that's a little bit darker around his face. He's got fur on him as well. Fur's everywhere in this campaign. And he's going to start making his way over to the bar as well. But yeah, the big thing that sort of stands out about Davron as well is just this sort of intensity about him. And he's going to walk on over to the bar. Hello. I was wondering if you happen to know somebody named Bear Baxter.
That would be me, son. What's going on?
Sir, I was told to come and look for you, that you might have some information for me.
Man, what an absolutely interesting party we are gathering here today. So your partners and compatriots are behind you sitting at the table. You might want to go sit with this. Yes. As unfortunate as it is, you have some sort of man who's a cat and a giant asshole. So, and he hands you a letter that's actually wrapped in a leather envelope, not just like a normal envelope, but a leather envelope. He hands you a letter.
What is this?
Well,
I asked.
It is a letter that was given to me by Duchess Francesca, one of your new compatriots' personal friends, or someone who is important to him for some reason. It's got more information inside said letter. If you want to go over there and then read it aloud to your companions, that would be ideal. Oh, by the way, would you like anything to drink, sir?
Do you have any very strong tea?
I love tea.
Oh, absolutely. I believe, Alice, you have some tea steeping in the back. And she's like, well, that entirely depends on how sweet you take it, Sunshine.
What?
What? How sweet?
Oh, sweet. Yeah, sorry, sweet. Sorry, I thought you said something else. Yeah, I'll take it very sweet, please.
Well,
I love sweet tea.
Well, can you just say sweet one more time for me as Alice gets real close to you?
Oh, God. Sweet tea, please.
And
No.
she goes, just go sit down and I'll bring it to you. And
Thank
she
you,
sort of walks behind the bar and she comes back with like a massive, not a pint glass, but a bigger than a pint glass. Like, so it almost looks like it's a glass designed for some sort of giant creature. And she hands it directly in front of you and she says, well, that's on the house for you, sugar. And she winks at you.
Thank you so much. This is perfect. You're so nice.
I'm gonna walk away now, awkwardly.
When Alice went to the back, Rom started subtly dumping out some of the whiskey.
Hello, compatriots. My name is
immediately
Davron.
Sit next to Davron and away from the asshole.
Oh, yes. Come on. More freaks for the circus that's come to town.
Sir, do you know a lady named something? I don't remember what it was. But he said that there was somebody important or something that might be kind of interesting for me to know. Do you know anybody that's a lady? Hello?
I have a feeling you don't know very many ladies.
No, I don't. You're not wrong. I have a note here. Can anybody help me? I don't know what this little thing is around the outside of it. Feels rather warm to the touch. Oh wait, that's leather, of course.
I'm gonna try and open it now.
You're able to open it. Just it takes you a second to open it because your fingers are like sort of awkwardly long and sort of strange. You open it and there's like a sealed letter inside with the seal of Duchess Francesca on it. You probably don't know or give a shit about what that is, but there's a letter that is sealed inside. And as you pull out,
give that to me.
Rom
will try and grab it.
I'd pull it back. Sir, what are you doing? I was told to read the letter to you. I can read.
And I give him a very sarcastic, can you?
I can read. You guys suck.
As you guys are having this conversation, from behind you, Bear Baxter goes, boys, let the man read, Rom. Not all of us are entitled as you are. Not all of us grew up rich like a ding-dong. Let the man read the letter. And as he yells this,
continue, hairy freak.
as he yells this, as soon as she enters the room, you can tell that there's not necessarily something wrong with her, but she's oddly symmetrical, and she's it's just sort of strange that she just walks in and she looks like completely removed from this area. Even for like the pirates and the other shady characters that reside in here, completely different aesthetic from literally everyone in here. So Shana, would you mind describing your character, please?
All right. Well, I walk in. I am completely symmetrical, as are all people from my kind. But I look a little bit otherworldly. I just, glance around I've got white hair. I got auburn eyes. I got weird color eyes. Very tall. But I'm just wearing generally plain leather and just very practical clothes. So I'm just here. I'm looking a little bit out of place, but not seeming out of place, personally.
Okay. As you look over, Sorshana, the symbols that you were sent before you got here immediately connect as soon as you turn to the right. You have Rom Valor who's sitting there, and almost like in a wispy in a wispy sense, the masquerade mask appears directly over his eyes.
Over his eyes?
Yes, to the left of him, it wisps around and then disappears. To the left of him, as soon as Davron turns and looks around, he looks directly at you, and the laughing skull appears over his face for a second, then wisps away. And then directly behind them, Akshun with his armor that has tomes and things all over it. The tome with the cat's eye agate appears over his chest for a second, then wisps away, almost as if your core eye was sending you here to meet these exact people.
Okay. I will sit at a table close by, try to listen into what they're doing, and see what I can find out.
Okay.
Does Rom notice this?
Make an
That she's listening in.
insight check for me.
God, I messed up. 1 second.
Yes.
By the way, I can't see a map, so I can't move.
Oh,
Just saying.
do you not
Doesn't work.
have vision?
Try zooming out a bit, and it might like snap. I had that problem where it was all
yeah,
black.
okay,
There you
okay.
go.
I think I fixed it. How can I remove all people's portraits though? They're so big.
Rom will notice that this new person is trying to listen in on the letter reading.
But there wasn't any reading yet, so you can't notice anything yet.
Well,
I'm just
I
sitting there.
I did
Called
roll.
out.
I
Metagame.
noticed that you're interested in us. Let's put it that way.
Yes.
Okay.
It was
and
sort
Rom
of
will go.
it was sort of the look
But-
that she gave you as soon as you entered. You sort of sat there for like an extended pause, as like the symbols appeared and vanished over each of the characters, and then you moved on past that. I think Ron Valor sort of picked up on that specifically. That's what he's saying.
Okay.
So when she goes to sit down, Rom will go. Hello.
Bless you.
You freaky woman. Let me guess. You're here to join the freak show as well. Come on.
If you're offering, I'll sit on
By
this
all
jet.
means, all more the merrier.
No, I just don't speak. I just sit down and I'm settling in to listen. But this time on the table.
What is your name?
Oh, I'm Sir Shauna. Nice to meet you. What are yours?
I am Akshun of the Golden Fields.
Bless you.
How do you do? Excuse me.
Oh, sorry, that's your name. My name is Davron.
Hello, Davron.
Hello.
How about you? I'm looking at the asshole.
Me? I am Rom Valor. I am the intermediary between your patron here, and he points to the letter from Duchess Francesca.
Well, I've never heard of you.
Oof.
Well, I'm not terribly surprised, given the state of a place like this. You probably haven't heard of Myriad, or Insight, or any other number of important things in this world.
Can I check if his body language with my insight? Speaking of insight,
Yeah, absolutely. You just
because
click.
I want to know his intentions if they're good or not. Like, is this an ass or is it like a person that I should trust? I don't know, and I want to use my insight to try and figure
Absolutely.
out. If I
You
should.
can just click on Insight and it will roll it for you automatically. Make sure it's a normal roll. It will ask you if you want advantage or if you have a normal roll.
Oh, I don't know where to click. Oh, why did I move it? Wait, I will go to insight
There you go.
eventually.
There you go. So you click normal.
Did something happen?
No, yes, it did happen. If you look in the chat, you
Oh,
rolled.
there,
We're
yes.
taking the number on the left for the time being. I reset you back to normal, but
Okay.
I have to just go back to the core part of your character sheet, and then you click on Insight. How would you describe it? Was he just being a jerk just to be a jerk, or is this like what?
I would say that yes, Rom Valor is part being a jerk to be a jerk. Part of it is to figure out how you'll react to him being a jerk, and then another part of him is just a jerk. So it's layers of jerk.
But I'm trying to find out if he is a jerk. Or if
Are
he
you trying to
cares.
figure out if you're trying to figure out if I'm evil? No.
Yes. Okay.
And you will know that you will probably tell that I am very interested in this letter, and I'm like committed
Okay.
to whatever this is.
Okay. That's the committed part. That's the thing that was interested in. So okay.
So I got this
To,
letter.
Dorron, and I say, were you planning to read that letter, or do you need some help?
One thing I don't have the letter text.
Wait, I thought you had it.
No.
Well, I mean,
So the
like,
thing is
Abe
you open, as soon as you open the letter, a small, I want to say, 2-inch disc falls out with a big red button on it.
Look at this. Okay, there's not a letter. That Duchess must be a liar.
Guard your tongue, you hairy freak.
Do I know what
reach in my mouth.
technology is?
Say it again, Louis.
Do I know what this technology is?
Go ahead and make a history check for me, please. Or an Arcana check, specifically Arcana.
Wait, how do I do that? Oh, here we go.
Just click on
Rom
Arcana.
will snap his finger at Baxter. And looks like Devin's lagging.
I'm not lagging. I'm here. Am I lagging?
Okay. He'll snap his fingers at Baxter, and he'll say, "Right. Are there any more? Is there a clown coming? Anybody with tentacles? Any more to add to our little group?"
Davron, click the button.
I'll press the button.
You're not really sure what it is, Akshun. You're not really sure like what exactly this does, but he presses the button, boop, and an image appears directly above it, and it is of a beautiful woman dressed in some very regal clothing, albeit she's wearing like a corset with a skirt underneath it, but it seems to be made of like velvet or satin. You're not really sure because you can't really tell. It's a black and white picture, and it's almost lagging as if the frame rate is sort of messed up, but it is Duchess Francesca. And she's looking directly at Davron right now because that's who pressed the button, and it says, "Oh, hello there, Rom. I hope you are doing well, because I have an issue that you must solve. Let's just say one of my aides, or former aides, has gotten herself into a bit of trouble with a local gang, specifically the Bearded Boys of Barley Street, and I require you to go save her for the time being. I'll be kept updated by Baxter, and honestly, at this point, all you got to do is save her. Don't let her die, and I will reward you and whatever compatriots Baxter has found or have shown up. I will reward you greatly."
Wow.
I poke my head in and say, "Hello." I just want to find out whether this is a recording or a live thing.
It must be recording, because otherwise she would have not recognized the face of Davron. She started out by saying, "Hello, Rom." So it's a recording.
Get your big hairy mane away from that thing. And Rom will motion to the bugbear. Give it here.
Well, I've gotten all the info I can out of this. Here you go, sir.
And then as he tries to take it, I like pull it back a little bit, and then I give it to him afterwards.
Bob just glares at him as he puts it into his bag.
As you hand him the thing, you hear like a little click, and a small sheet of paper basically ejects itself from the bottom as the whole thing sort of disintegrates. It not really disintegrates in your hand, but sort of blows up or disassembles itself in your hand in a sort of like odd and explosive form. But you have a piece of paper in your hand that all it says on it is a name. And the name is Elix. Elix Hearthsinger.
Rom will play it off. He was going to put it in his bag, but Rom will play it off like he knew that was going to happen, and kind of wipes off his hands of any of the debris, and looks at the paper and goes, and then puts that in his bag.
Did we see the paper?
Did we see the name? Yeah.
Everybody make a perception check, please. And I was going to say Alexander. Rom, would you please make a sleight of hand check? Okay.
Yes.
What?
Dang.
No, none of you saw the name.
Rip.
Okay.
Right. You lot stay here.
Wait. Rob,
What?
what was on that piece of paper?
The name.
What name?
Did you not listen? The name of the person we're supposed to save. Rom will get up
Okay.
and go to the bar.
So what is her name? Because
Rom's just gonna walk past. He's gonna ignore that.
there was no name mentioned. Dovron, Ashkun, do you know what kind of name he's talking about?
I cast level 2 calm emotion.
I'm sorry, what?
I don't know what he's talking about either.
Wait,
Can you
I
click
can
on
do
the spell?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, I cast calm emotions on Rom.
Oh.
Make a charisma saving throw, please, Rom. Yeah.
Charisma. There's no way he has charisma.
Rom just he goes from this really haughty fast pace, and then just halfway through all of a sudden he slows down. He kind of looks up, smiles a little bit. Yeah. Oh, the name. Yes. He looks back to the table. Elix Hearthsinger.
Wow, that whiskey must have kicked in.
Has anybody ever heard of this Hearthsinger person? I ask. I look at Rom specifically as I ask that.
Not the faintest.
Rom
will
has
turn back
never
to
heard
the
of
bartender.
Rom has probably heard. Apparently my. Oh, let me fix this. Here we go. Sorry, I had to fix my overlay a bit. Apparently the dice are. Let me fix that. You've heard of the last name Hearthsinger before. But it was only mentioned offhand, and you're not really sure what exactly it means.
Okay. Rom will still just say, not in the slightest, with a smile on his face, and he turns back to the bartender. My good man.
Yes.
Baxter, dear.
Are you all right, Rom, or did someone give you drugs? Are you intoxicated? How much of that whiskey did you actually drink?
Well, I promised Alice that I would drink every bit, and so I did. By chance, have you heard of an Elix Hearthsinger?
I absolutely have. She was here a few days ago. I believe that she is residing in a hotel nearby. You might want to check it. It's the Salty Rock Hotel. It is exactly a little bit northeast of us if you take down, if you take the main road down. But be aware you will be crossing Barley Street, and that's where the Bitter Boys of Barley Street lie, and you might want to stay away from them boys.
It's across the street, so
basically
we'll be going through
Barley Street is a main avenue that goes east and west, and you have to cross over it in order to reach the Salty Rock Hotel.
And the Salty Rock, you said? That sounds like a lovely, homey little place. Yes. Ta-ta.
Sounds like your type of place.
Quite.
So we have heard that whole conversation because the bar is not that big. And I'm saying, well, so let's go check it out. Let's check where we need to go. Like where we,
this is
where that Elix's person is at.
This is the moment that the spell ends.
Oh,
Yeah, you could go back being a dick. It only lasts 1 minute.
And do I know who cast it on me? Because my back was turned.
does he even know that there was a spell cast?
I would say
Like,
that
they
he would
even,
know that a
you know.
spell was cast, but I would say that you were not paying attention at all.
Rom will the moment the spell goes off, the smile disappears from his face, and he'll just stop moving, and he'll look at the others and yes, let's move on, shall we? And he motions for them to go in front.
Ladies first.
Davram walks away.
Wait, which is the exit?
Shoshana just went to the back room. The wrong room.
Oh shit! Oh, well, that's nice. I didn't
All
know
right,
that was
so
a
I'm
thing.
supposed to remove that door, but I'm actually working on something real quick.
No, this is great.
Wait, what do you do? Oh, whoa, you can go outside.
Yeah, I did not know
my
either.
God.
Cool.
It's awesome.
He said northeast, so let's go east.
Ah, disgusting.
What's that, Rom?
Oh, nothing. Continue.
I turn to Ram and say, "It's nice not being the biggest asshole for once," and I walk away.
Rom will mutter under his breath. Yes, well, you'll always be the biggest pussy.
Oh, shit.
Jesus.
Wow.
Davram.
Be easy, friends. Be
Wait,
easy.
do I hear that? Can I'm rolling perception to see if I can hear that.
Sure.
Rob made sure it was under his breath, so you will have to roll like a 20 to hear that.
He might. He has a cat-like hearing. I don't know if that, you know.
Oh shit.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, you didn't really catch specifically what he said. But you did know that he definitely. Hold on, let me turn it down just a little bit. You did catch a little bit of something that he said, and it was not exactly the most pleasant thing that he possibly could have said to you.
So they said that it was to the east or to the west. Where are we going?
They said, Davron, they said northeast, Salty Rock Hotel. I am not familiar with this town. Is anybody else familiar with this town?
Yes, are any of you bumpkins from this horrible little place?
Well, the good man did say we should avoid Barley Street if we can.
How do we know the street names?
They are labeled.
Really? Where is the label?
Check the street sign, Shoshana.
Where is the street sign?
As you guys are moving past, you do actually notice that this place's streets are not in fact labeled at all. They are they say they're labeled, but most of them are basically stapled to the side of buildings or like nailed to the side of buildings, and you don't really know. You're not really sure what exactly they meant by street labels, but yeah, those don't really exist as a whole.
Okay.
I think we go this way. We'll try maybe heading around the other side of the keep.
Sorry, give me a
Oh,
second. I am editing a map because
Cap, what is your character doing? Are you constantly being the last person? Are you behind us all?
Yes. Yes. Wherever you guys are going, Rom is following behind.
Well, that's not true because Devron was on the other side. Which way are we going then? I'm following Devron. I feel like he's a leader type of person, so I'm following Devron.
I don't voice this out loud, but I think it's a terrible idea to follow Devron. But I follow anyways.
And I still am not sure why I'm in this group. I'm still a little bit laying back with that.
Oh, I found
Yes,
a way
by all
around the
means,
corner
I-
here.
I'm sure the simple-minded beast will show us the correct way.
Sometimes a simple mind is the best way to go.
A motto I'm sure you live by.
Oh,
Oh my goodness, what's this?
This is
You
a
guys
kind
are
of
in
narrow
the.
alleyway
You
here.
moved around the thing. Oh my God, you guys the worst.
What?
Wait, are we
You're
supposed
not
to-
supposed to be able to
What is
go
Rom
there.
seeing where he is right
Let's
now?
come back. Let's come back.
All right,
Is
we're
Rom
coming
seeing a
back.
cliff or dirt?
No, we were in the
This
wrong
Rob is
place.
Here you
not
go.
straying
You
off
actually
of
you're actually able
pavement.
you're able to
Whoa.
move up to
Oh.
the upper level. Please focus.
Wait. Now, oh wait, there we are. Oh, we go up the upper level.
You
Okay.
do. You go up to the upper level.
Okay.
And you're able to see that on to the left there is actually an enormous eagle's nest.
Oh.
Is it? Is the eagle nest empty? Do I see that?
It
'Cause
is
the eagle's
It
massive,
is
right?
yes, and you did see this eagle
Okay.
as you were entering before. And
I want to shapeshift. How do I do that again? Because I'm gonna
You
turn
can't-
into a bird
you
when I
can-
see what's in the nest.
well, you could just walk over there and go into the nest. You don't have to turn into a bird to do that.
Yeah, no, but it's safer to be a bird.
Is,
I can fly away if nothing happens.
did we leave pavement? Like, is this no longer cobblestone?
It
What
is no
this?
longer cobblestone. It is a dirt road.
So this is no longer a road?
No, it is not.
Right. Hello? You see this on the ground? This is not where we're supposed to be. We are supposed to stay inside the city. Yes, city. Not out in the trees, where I'm sure you're from, hairy thing. City.
I completely ignore him because I am very intrigued by this thing I've never seen before. And
Come on,
I'm gonna
good
walk up
sir.
to it and to the DM. Are animals like? Do they talk in this world? I mean, I'm a cat and I talk, but
Some animals do have the capability to speak, but the megafauna, generally speaking, do not unless you have the spell Speak with Animals. And Akshun has heard of these giant creatures before, but you've never physically seen one until now, or the nest, or any idea of one in the first place. Same with Davron and Sorshana has actually had experience with things of like the megafauna version of crocodiles and things like that, but they definitely make themselves known before you're even seen because of the fact that they're just enormous, right?
Yeah.
And you've never seen an eagle before specifically, but this eagle was enormous. It was probably 100 to 150 foot wingspan.
So now that we've seen the eagle when we were in the inn, right?
Mm-hmm.
So can I now turn into the eagle?
No, because this eagle would have a challenge rating of probably 18 to 20.
Oh, okay.
Oh, jeez.
Yes, very good. Keep on exploring the nest of a giant, fearsome megafauna beast. Very good. Curiosity
So,
killed the cat. Let's hope for the best here.
So, Dovron and Akshun, what are we doing here? Why are we here?
the eagle's name is Derpy. I just tell them that.
Derpy?
How
Yes.
do you know that?
The bartender told me.
Oh, wow. I thought we were going, well, we needed to explore and we ended up here. I don't remember exactly what happened. Maybe the place is down this way.
I don't think so, but so I'm just following wherever you go.
It is rolling for perception to see if we see anything.
Sure.
In
Investigation. Investigation would be what you're looking for.
Do I have that? I don't think I have.
You
that,
have
no.
investigation.
Oh, I do. I'm gonna roll for investigation.
Okay.
I roll very high in the nest. I'm in the nest.
You actually find you actually find an intact megafauna feather. It's roughly 6 to 7 feet long, and it is actually pristine in all forms.
You're lagging. I don't hear what I found.
Oh man,
Beep boop.
can you hear me now? Have I gotten better?
You gotta say it all again.
Have I gotten better?
Yeah.
Okay. You find an intact megafauna eagle feather. It is 6 to 7 feet long.
Ooh.
Rom, while he's waiting for them to stop exploring the giant eagle's nest, he will go to the only ground that appears not to be dirt, and he'll just kind of look around there.
Davron's gonna come and join him.
I turn to. Oh, are you leaving, Shoshana?
Oh no, I'm still here. What's up?
Okay. I ask her. Do you want to know what this feather is about?
Oh, I would like to know what this feather is about. I've never seen one like it.
It will cost you a very precious resource.
I don't have anything to give.
I ask 10 minutes of your time.
Of my lifespan?
No,
Or
just
what?
the next 10 minutes of your time.
What will I need to do? I'm suspicious.
You just need to wait
For what?
for my big brain to work. I am very smart.
Okay, can we do it somewhere else and not where there's about to be a giant eagle? Can we do that somewhere else?
Okay, I walk a little bit to the right. I would like to cast Ritual Detect Magic.
Okay. You detect magic on this feather, and it is magical in nature. It's actually sort of as if this eagle is part air elemental, part bird, essentially. So not only would this eagle have the ability to kill you in regular bird of prey forms, but it probably has some sort of air spells that work as well.
So I turn and tell all this information to Shoshana, and I ask her, do you think it would be a great idea to take this feather with us, knowing that it could kill us at any time?
No, the eagle can kill us, not the feather.
Well,
At that
maybe.
moment, Ron
What?
Valor will cast Thaumaturgy and make the sound of a giant eagle.
Do you know what the sound of a giant
somewhere
eagle
up
is?
in the air.
Make a performance check. Make a performance check.
Very well. It sounds like a giant crow.
Caw-caw! He's just basically just caw-caw, caw-caw, and
You hear that? It sounds like the eagle's coming back. Come on, time to go back to the city.
Rom's
I
drunk
think-
again.
Yeah, Shoshana?
Actually, I don't know what Rom is on about, but I think we should I want to take the feather with me because I think I can keep it safe and make sure that it is not harming us, and maybe it will come in useful.
So I think Action thinks it's a dangerous gamble to take the feather, but he's very glad that he doesn't have to take it, and Shoshana is taking it instead. Yeah, I think it's a great idea. You should definitely hold on to it.
So as you guys head back into the city, you begin to go to the northeast. And as you get back onto the cobblestone roads, and the sort of smell of the industrial area overwhelms your noses and things.
I lost my character. I can't grab it anymore.
Oh, you're killing me.
If you still have it clicked on, you can
No.
use the left, right, and okay.
Where did you...
I don't have it. I already.
Where
clicked
did you
elsewhere.
move it to?
I moved it off the map. I thought we were going out.
I don't know where your character went at this
See
point.
you later.
Apparently your token is gone forever. That's fine.
No.
I can always add another one. I'm not worried about it.
No. I mean
So-
the bugbear is gone too.
You guys end up at a tiny little inn, just down the road or just north of you guys.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, I'm back. Just north of us, a tiny little inn. What's the name of the inn?
The inn is
Is
the
there a name
Salt
above
Rock
the door?
Hotel.
This is the Salt Rock Hotel. All right.
Yes, it's everything I dreamed of.
Look at how pretty it is.
I'm gonna check if there's anything in the stables.
There are actually 2 horses, both of which one is like a massive Clydesdale horse, and the other is similar to a Mongolian pony. So one of them is extremely small but stout and extremely enduring, and the other one is just
Yeah.
absolutely terrifyingly massive.
Okay, I want to
When you say
I want to
massive,
talk.
does it
I
make
want
us
to
sound
talk
massive?
to the big horse.
Okay, what do you want to say to the big horse?
I want to ask, hey, what you here for? Who's your owner?
It's just sort of. Are you
talking to a
are you
horse?
are
I
you
have a spell that can do that.
are you gonna cast your spell?
Yeah, I'm just thinking which one it was. I forgot.
What,
Is it animal handling?
Well, you can do animal handling to determine whether or not it is. Here you go. Are you looking at beast bond?
Oh. No, I'm looking at my Kalishtar thing.
Oh, you're gonna use that.
Or is that not the same? Is it?
Well, I would consider it the same. I think you could do that. You could either cast beast bond or do your Kalishtar thing.
I want to do my Kalishtar thing.
So you touch the horse, and you sort of close your eyes for a second, and in your mind you hear, "Oh, this is new."
You're frozen again.
Am I?
No.
You're good again.
Okay, I'm good now.
back.
Okay. You
What do I
hear
hear in my mind?
you hear in your mind, "Oh, this is new." What is this? What's happening to me?
Hello, horse. Have no fear. I'm a friend. How are you doing?
I am great.
I
How
was
are
curious
you?
if you could tell me anything about this place.
I mean, I'm a horse, so my perception of the world isn't exactly
are your-
astute.
Who are you owners? What did you bring here?
Oh no!
We're
It's all
back,
good.
we're back.
We're back. I think maybe it's only when the music is playing.
I don't think so.
For
I
some
think
reason.
I think it's just
No,
the
okay.
internet connection is poor at the moment.
Okay. But I was curious, Big Horse, what about your little friend here? Has he been here the whole time too? Or does he travel with you?
Oh no, he's someone else's.
Was he already here when you got here?
He was. I believe he is the owner of the I believe he belongs to the owner.
Is there anything you think I should know about the people inside this building?
Be wary of the dwarves. They are not nice.
Okay. Thank you very much. I hope you have a great day.
I
horse.
will, thank you. And the horse sort of shakes itself back to like normal.
Do we know what's happening here? Like, do we know that she's communicating with the
You
horse,
would-
or do we
you
think that she's weird?
You genuinely probably have never had an experience with a Kalashtar or anyone that could do that to begin with, let alone if it was a spell, you would sort of have a reference or a feeling. But this specific instance, no idea.
Okay, so we literally just watched her touch
Yeah,
the
we're
horse.
just looking at it. Look, no, we're making small talk in the background. We're like, how's the weather?
All right.
Yes, very good, Roshana. That is a horse.
Thank you, Rom. I know that is a horse. I just went to check and find out that there was a young woman that arrived at this hotel 3 days ago.
You could communicate with the horse?
I can communicate with anything that I wish to communicate with.
So that's
That's
why you're
what
able
am I
to speak
thinking
the
right now?
Dovron and Shuni
Yeah.
guy.
What am I thinking right now?
It only works for a certain amount of time, and I will need to touch you, and I don't think you want to be touched
No,
with
I
all
don't
that
wanna be
armor on you, so I'm just gonna let you keep your privacy of your thoughts.
But what did the horse tell you?
That he arrived here 3 days ago, and he had a young woman with him, and he frequents this place with that young woman frequently.
Maybe this is Elix Hearthsinger. We should
It
go
could be.
inside and see.
Where is the door?
The door is directly north of you right now.
I'm inside.
Yes, let's
I've
find the
removed-
innkeeper. Perhaps we can get 3 more stables for
Um,
you 2 animals and the animal lover.
One thing, guys, the horse did tell me to watch out for dwarves, so be a little wary.
The dwarves. They are always a little bit sneaky, aren't they?
Is there nobody in this hotel? That seems weird.
There are people, but I
Innkeeper?
am choosing not to represent them with tokens because they are inconsequential.
Okay.
I grab some food on the way by a table and try and eat it.
I'm gonna sit on the chair and just watch the rest move about. And think
Innkeeper,
about...
where's the innkeeper?
And an old lady appears from the west, the western side, and behind, basically in the kitchen on the left. She literally walks out and she goes, "Yes, who's what do you want? I mean, welcome to the Salt Rock Hotel. Hi."
Greetings, ma'am. We've come to your humble little proprietary here to ask if you know of a woman who goes by the name Elix Hearthsinger.
I do. She's supposed to have been back, but I have not seen her for 2 days.
Do you know where she went?
I do not. As far as I am, I believe she went. She had a meeting that she said she had to go to. She paid me to take care of her horse, and then she never really came back. So,
I see. Well, I've gotten word from her mother and father. They're very concerned about her. She seems like she could be in a great deal of danger. Is there any chance that perhaps I could peek into a room and see if I can get any sign of where she is? I'm here just solely for her safety.
sure. I mean, if you're looking for her, then I believe you. And she points you to the rooms directly to the southeast of where you guys are. And she walks over and she opens the door.
Ma'am, what's your name?
People just call me Gran. But my people just call me Gran Longfoot. 'Cause apparently I have long feet. I don't get it. It was my husband's name. He was a halfling. Can't help myself, you know.
Were you concerned that she hadn't come back?
Adventurers do that all the time. Sometimes it's weeks and they prepay and things like that. It's not uncommon.
Is it common that they leave their horses behind?
It depends on how far they're going.
Gran, did Hearthsinger seem like she was in some sort of distress when she left, or was she just going to? She looked like she was getting a tan.
I assumed. I mean, the first thing that she said was that she was going to go get a bath. But then she came right back, and then she had a meeting the next day. I believe it was with. I think his last name was Fox. I don't remember his full name, but I think his last name was Fox.
Thanks, Gran, and I'm sure cookies taste great.
Absolutely, they have drugs in them.
The hell? Davron looks confused.
Rom walks back. He walked into the common room. And now he's walking back. He does a double take at hearing that, but he says, "Ma'am, was she in a group of some sort? Why? I was looking for individual rooms."
Oh, this is the sort of hostel hotel. Everyone stays together. But for the most part, nobody interrupts each other. Everyone can lock their stuff in the lockers, and they have magic locks on them, so most people don't have to worry about it. And the fact that, well, my son isn't here right now.
Longer.
Dang it. Am I good now?
Your son isn't here.
Yeah.
No,
Rom will look
my son.
look absolutely disgusted at the idea of common rooms.
Grand Longfoot, which of the beds was Elix's?
Oh, the one in the corner, and she points to the southeast corner.
Thank
Do
you.
you happen to have the key?
I do not. That is hers and hers alone.
Let's see if we can break it open. I'm practical if nothing else.
I really like Shoshana because she does what I have in my mind, but is too afraid to say it out.
Well, first of all, is the box still locked? I checked the lockbox at the foot of the bed. Is the box locked?
It is not.
Ah. I open the box. What is in the box?
In the box, there is an actual another smaller box that is completely unopened, but it does appear to be as if someone was attempting to pry it open. And within that, there's a bunch of clothes and a bunch of like jewelry and things like that. And then it's very strange that the jewelry wasn't taken. The jewelry wasn't even messed with at all.
After walking in and seeing them in the box,
What are you doing? That's her property.
It was open.
oh, okay.
Listen,
Listen,
taking
Aaron,
it.
man, aren't you at least a bit concerned that she might be in danger, like the letter said? We should probably get some clues.
There's a difference between clues and theft. You
We're not taking
tiny
anything.
man.
We can keep it for safekeeping, Dolvron. Don't worry yourself about it.
I
Yes,
walk away.
I'm sure one of you lowlives, and since he walked out, he'll point to the other two. I'm sure one of you lowlives knows how to pick a lock, right?
We don't need to pick a lock.
It's opened.
It's open.
I'm sorry, the second chest?
The small,
That doesn't have a lock on it. It's just closed, right? Or am I mistaken?
but it would be. It does appear as if someone has tried to open it and failed.
Oh, okay.
I would like to cast Detect Magic to see if there's any traces of magic.
100%. This box is magical in nature.
I'm gonna talk to Granny. Which way did Elix leave when she headed out of here for her meeting?
Oh, she headed to the east. I believe she was meeting someone. I don't know where, but the last place that I knew she was going was the bathhouse. And as you're sitting there, Davron, you actually notice directly out one of the windows that a group of 4 dwarves is approaching.
I'm gonna head on over to the room and go tell them.
There's 4 dwarves outside. Shoshana, I believe you said that we should be worried about them.
I said we should be mindful of them and watch out for them. They could be mean. They could be mean-spirited.
I'm gonna head into the main. I'm gonna go. Oh, sorry.
As you walk into the main room, the door basically slams open. What have we got going on here then?
Hello. What are you all doing here?
Oh, what the fuck is that? What even are you, beast?
Oh, do you want to find out?
And I give him a big smile.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, it appears you're looking for someone. Who is it you're looking for? Say again?
The stream is currently down. Do you want to wait? Oh, we're back. We're back.
Okay, we are back. Dang,
I'm
this
gonna
is so
ask,
frustrating.
Have you heard of an Elix Hearthsinger?
Oh, have I?
No, you dumb beast!
I have heard of her, and in fact, I know exactly where she is.
Ron will start backing up.
Oh, really?
Absolutely.
Where is she?
She's with some of the ladies of the bearded boys of Barley Street. She happens to be in the bathhouse.
Would you be so kind as to take us there?
I mean, in a body bag.
All right. Well, I'm getting a little bit on my toes now. Ready
I
for
call out.
something.
Gentlemen, perhaps he's yelling from the side of the court. Perhaps a bit of gold will open up that doorway of yours.
Oh, and how many digits would you say that is?
I think 10 gold pieces is fair enough.
I mean, you're
Why-
about 3 digits too short there, mate.
Why are we trying to pay them off? I think these people have something to do with our missing.
You're quite right, Bear Man. And Rom will cast Guiding Bolt at the one standing right
shit.
in front of.
Of
right
Davron?
in front of Davron.
I do not wish to fight.
Well, it's happening right now. Okay, so go ahead and make the attack. That's a hit. Go and roll damage. Oh my god! Paint me a picture.
Oh shit! And so Rom, he nods. You're quite right there, bear man, and he'll snap his fingers, and all of a sudden a golden light will just streak out of his finger and slam the dwarf right in the head and knock him out.
It does slam him straight in the head, and he just falls forward immediately. What else? What are you doing? What else are you doing? Anything else? Are you trying to intimidate? Like what exactly are you doing?
Me or everybody else?
What does everyone else do actually?
Well, it was close enough that I get that the touch of death or whatever it is thing.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
So as he sort of slumps forward, a little bit of black mist comes from the dwarf's body, and Davron just, and you see his fur turn just a little bit black as he like gets into his ready stance.
Oh.
Are we still good?
Yeah, we're good
Yeah,
now.
back again.
Okay, good. This is really
So I'm
frustrating.
gonna let out a bestial yell, and then run at the dude that's right in front of me, and then go for an unarmed strike.
Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna roll initiative. We're gonna have you hit them. You're still like technically in a surprise round, and by the way, you have reach, so technically speaking, you can hit him from here.
Okay. Okay, I'm down to do that.
So,
I kind of want to get close in case I can get
click,
more bonus hit points.
Obviously. Click on your token, and then click initiative on your character sheet.
Okay.
Oh, did mine not take?
No, I got it.
Okay.
Where is initiative on my character sheet?
It should be right in the middle.
It's to armor class. Oh, that doesn't look very good.
Wait, how do I roll for initiative?
Click
Yeah,
on your
I can't
character.
click on it. I can't click on it. The
I
initiative.
cannot click on that either.
It's the word itself, not the number.
What?
I got it.
Like on my character sheet?
Yes, right in the middle next to armor class. There should be initiative. Okay.
Got it.
I need to reposition this and get the dwarves going. This one is 20. The leader is at 20. This guy is at 9, and this guy is at 7. Okay. Oh, it's so cool. My new thing organizes it by number. That's fucking sweet. So, Davron, I'm going to give you an action now, and then we'll go to Rom Valor directly after that. So, what would you like to do, Davron?
I don't think I had a chance to take out my called right. So I'm just going to go for an unarmored strike.
Okay.
Do I just do a normal roll?
Yeah.
Is that okay.
Yep. That does not hit, unfortunately. He's sort of a little bit more agile than you expect.
All right, so I go for the punch. It misses. Can I take the bonus action afterwards with a key point?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I'm gonna spend 1 key point, and then do the flurry of blows.
Okay.
Let's see. How do I click on that one?
No, you don't have to. Now you can just click 2 additional attacks with your unarmed
Okay,
strike.
got it. Bang. Oh god, I whiff again.
You definitely do.
And so
That one connects. That one connects.
So I start swinging wildly with one punch, and then when that one misses, I try and go for the uppercut, and I whiff again. But then the last one is like a kick that I go out, and that manages to catch him in the stomach.
Okay. Go ahead and click on the monk unarmed strike text,
Okay.
and that will roll damage for you. No. The text on the actual attack in the chat. No, in the chat.
In the chat.
Click
okay.
the monk unarmed strike. There you go.
There we go.
6. Okay. Oh, I need to do. Sorry, I need to do combat music.
It's so peaceful.
Fantasy 9 battle music. That's what I got going on.
Let's do. Where is my favorite? Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
I thought I had this ready, but it wiped all my music that I had before. So
I like that. Fury of blows.
Rom also like attacked before the battle even started, so not like you had a whole lot of heads up.
oh, I like this music. It's good stuff.
Nice.
All right. So Rom Valor, it is your turn.
Rom will say, well, 1 out of 3 isn't too bad there, Beast Boy. And he will cast Toll the Dead on the one that was already hit.
Okay. So I need to make a wisdom saving throw. What is your spell save DC?
14.
He passes.
No.
Just barely. He literally rolled a 12 plus 2 is 14.
Okay.
0 out of 1's a little worse.
Are you,
Focus on those miserable little creatures, you.
do you have a bonus action or anything you'd like to do, Rom?
No.
Okay. That takes us to this guy. This guy is going to run forward and try and hit Davron with his maul. What is your AC, Davron?
16.
A 21 hits you.
Oh.
You take 7 points of damage. So you click on your token and click on 27. Type -7.
Oh, I just did 20. My bad. All right.
No, you can do that either way. Either way works. And he says, "You may have gotten my friend, but you're not leaving here alive." Sorshana, it is your turn.
Before I do anything, I say run while you still can, and I want to basically make them flee. I am aiming to still capture one because I am assuming that they will run, because I want to turn into a giant poisonous snake, please.
So do me a favor, and in the chat, type in exclamation. Click on your character, your token first.
Yep.
Then in the chat, type exclamation mark WS.
Enter.
Enter. It'll give you a little pop-up.
There you go.
Wow.
I
Okay.
get very afraid.
And I hope that the dwarves also get very afraid. I still have an attack that I will do on the person in the door.
So make sure you're on the giant poisonous snake sheet and use its attacks.
Okay, let's see how I do that again.
It has a bite.
Giant poisonous snake.
So you click on the bite.
Ah. Abilities. No, where is it?
It's under actions. On the character sheet, it's under actions on the right side.
Oh, there, yes. I click bite.
Oh, that's a crit.
Oh my god.
So I want to also, if he dies, I want to be at the same place he's at.
Which
that
one did
nobody
you
can
attack?
escape.
Did you attacked this guy, basically the guy in front, basically?
Oh, the one in front of the door.
Oh my god. So do me a favor and roll, do slash roll 2d4 plus 66 plus 4
What?
2d4 plus 66
plus 4.
plus 4.
Yep, enter. Oh no, you 6d6. 6d6. 6 delta
Did I do it
6.
wrong? 66 plus 66 or not?
No, plus
Sorry, the music
4.
is very loud.
Sorry, I could turn it down.
6D
Alright.
as in David. D 6D.
All right, so I still do roll 2d4
2d4
plus 6d6
plus 6d6 plus 4.
plus 4. Okay. Yes.
Jeez.
I
That's a
want
lot nicer.
I want you to paint me a picture of how he goes down because you literally took him from full to 0 in one hit.
Okay.
So how
Can I talk while I'm in animal form?
You cannot.
No, right?
No, you
Okay.
cannot.
Well, the snake makes a very fast movement, and before you know it, this guy is hitting the ground and he dies. And the snake takes up his position in front of the door, blocking the exit from the remaining 2 dwarves.
So you're gonna move over here to block the exit from the other 2
Oh, that's
dwarves.
the door. Okay.
That's the
yes.
door. Yes.
Yes.
So
I'm
literally,
going to-
literally, Sorshana goes, "Let's go!" Turns into a giant snake and then jumps right straight at his neck and grabs it by the neck. And the dwarf just goes, "Ah," and he begins to convulse on the ground as she moves to the door and begins to like do this sneaky, slithery snake thing in front of the door.
So he dies near me again, and I get that like black mist again. And
You
I'm
do.
like, oh, more. And I get 6 more hit points.
You do.
Oh, jeez.
Is that
Rommel-
permanent?
Do we notice that this is going on?
You absolutely you do.
Ron will mutter to himself, "Great, me and a bunch of animals."
By the way, since she crit, it does 3d6 poison damage on top of 1d4 damage. So it doubles all the dice rolled. So you did 2d4 plus 6d6 plus 4 damage straight out the gate. What, like, literally, oh my god, that is just...
Good stuff.
That is incredible. I've never... Wow.
Too bad I cannot talk as a snake.
Well, you could be like, you could be hissing and shit. I could see that. This guy sort of sees his friend, like he gets punched and then he sees the life essence drawn out of his friend and combined. And he sort of taps the guy behind him on the shoulder and goes, we surrender. I'm not fighting this fight. I'm not doing it. And both of them,
back into my human form?
yes,
Wow.
you
The
can.
fight, like, actual over?
Yes,
Is the fight over?
it absolutely is now because
Anybody want to attack?
Action.
Wait,
Get in on it.
Isn't the beer turn?
no, they both drop their weapons and back up.
Oh, it is my turn.
Wait, we lost.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, go ahead, Davron.
I mean, you guys could just decide if you want to attack. Love you all. Don't- I apologize for Rom.
It's great though. It's not us. It's our characters that he's a meanie to.
Can you guys hear me?
Oh, looks
Yeah.
like
It's all
stream's
good.
back up.
I mean, my last campaign, I was playing Alexander, who's like the most goody two shoes of characters. So I needed to go the exact opposite this round.
I think I have to restart my Discord call. So let me. Oh nope.
Okay.
Everyone caught up. We're good now.
Hello.
I don't know what's going on with my internet, but I think during the break I'm gonna restart it, the modem or whatever, just to make sure that I'm good to go. Okay.
Did you hear my turn or no?
I did not. As soon as I said, Davron, it's your turn, I just it blanked out on me. So
Okay. I was just asking it. I was telling the other guy to surrender.
Surrender.
you got nothing from me. I'm just back. I will, and he like backs.
Perfect.
They both sort of back up away from you, specifically you, far enough that they don't feel threatened anymore.
Cool. I stopped the charge.
Wait, you charge? Is that what you said? You're gonna charge at them?
I stopped the charge. I don't
Oh, you
charge.
stopped the charge.
All right, so combat is officially over, and you guys can act.
Turn back into a human.
Okay, make sure you click Sorshana on that list that you saw before, and it will turn you back into Sorshana. It should be at like the top of the list after all your little creature forms.
That's pretty awesome.
Back.
Isn't that sick?
That is sick. I love
That
it.
was very impressive. That snake scared the bejesus out of me.
Thanks, you, Davron.
Yeah,
I just wanted to make sure that these dwarves, that we keep them alive, and that they are scared enough to tell us everything they know.
And the one dwarf is still convulsing on the floor from the poison that you injected inside of him. And he's just
Yeah,
sort of like drooling and like it's pretty awful looking, if I'm being completely honest with you. The other one just sort of has a large mark on his forehead, and he's just sort of sleeping peacefully, like on the ground, face down.
Can I go over to the poisoned guy on the ground and do either a medicine check or like can I stabilize him somehow?
Sure. Do you have? I believe
I
you
have Spare
have.
the Dying.
Yes, spare the dying would immediately like shut.
Really dying.
Well, he's not dying from the poison. He's dying from the sheer amount of damage that was dealt to him in one hit. And as soon as you hit spare the dying, the wound, like the bite marks on his neck, close up, and he stops convulsing, and he just sort of sits there, looks almost like dreadfully peaceful, in a way that that sort of seems strange. And the guy that Davron bopped before sort of looks at you guys, and he's like, "Well, apparently we messed with the wrong people. What do you want to know? Because I'll tell you whatever you want."
Oh no.
It's a rough morning. We actually never really had this problem before.
Well, maybe we should do a break earlier rather than later to have to reset.
All right, are we
Having-
still having issues right now?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little
Just
bit.
for
Oh,
a
you're
second.
you're
Keep
back
it
now.
down.
You're back.
Okay, so what we'll do is we'll finish this specific encounter. We'll go on the 15-minute break. As long as you guys are good with playing for a little bit longer afterward.
Oh
Now.
yeah.
Fine.
Totally.
Okay, so what we'll do is we'll finish this specific encounter. The dwarf backs up away from you guys. Welcome back, everybody, from the 15-minute break. I believe I've solved my internet issues. It has, it has been just under 2 hours. So now that I've solved my internet issues, we can continue. Our party has successfully, engaged and subdued a handful of dwarves that were trying to bully them out of not looking for Hearthsinger. And this is where we come back to, is the fact that they have fully successfully subdued these dwarves. So what are you guys doing? I believe that Davron was taking the lead with the ability to punch their faces off. So,
I guess.
So, why did, or I guess, where is Elix Hearthsinger?
Well, hold on there, big man. Perhaps it would be better to go somewhere a little bit more discreet. Not to worry, everybody. We've got these ruffians under control. They attacked us. You all saw it. They attacked us.
and Gran just looks at you and goes, "Absolutely, they started it."
Rom will give her a gold piece.
Okay.
And we'll say, can we use your common area, common room for a little bit? We have some discreet questions we need to ask these two.
Absolutely. And she sort of opens the door to the west, and she's like, "Just don't take it to the basement. I'm cooking some stuff. I'm fermenting some stuff that I would like to have for myself later. So just try not to burn yourself or do anything stupid."
Yes, ma'am.
The dwarves sort of follow you guys follow Sorshana into this area, feeling quite creeped out the fact that she was just a snake, and then it was absolutely horrible, and yeah.
I'm gonna stand behind them while you guys talk to them.
So, anybody of you guys want to talk to these guys in specific?
I walk
guess-
up to Shoshana and whisper, and I say, "I believe they are most scared of you, as you are a big snake."
So, dwarves, please, can you tell us where? Well, I don't know why if I say please, but I say please anyway. I guess we were looking for Elix. You know where she is? Dwarves.
Yes. I'm sorry. He's sort of distracted by the fact that the bugbear is just super hard flexing. Super hard flexing. Behind him, and he's just sort of distracted by that fact, and he looks at you and he says, "Well, I believe they took her to the bathhouse, but I don't know if she's still there. I believe
Why were they? Who are they? Who are they?
Mr. Fox and his people.
Why would they take her?
I don't know.
What do you know? Tell me everything you know.
That she's
Or else.
probably at the bathhouse. I know nothing else. I'm just a lowly gang member. I am not some sort of leader. I'm not any kind of that. I just sit back and I do what people tell me to. I'm a follower. For fuck's sake, I'm a follower, not a leader."
I yell out from the back, "What is Mr. Fox?"
He's a man that wears a fox mask. I don't know anything else about him, and I know that he carries a mighty fine pistol.
I turn towards the other dwarf. How about you?
I don't know nothing. Literally.
What can you
I
tell
just
us?
joined yesterday. I don't know.
Why did you join?
Money.
What is this group? What kind of group is this?
We're a bunch of bearded dwarves that like to beat people to death.
Can I do a check if they're being honest?
Make an insight check, absolutely.
Okay.
What does Rom see from this? He's looking down the stair.
Oh, shit. They're both telling the truth. They're scared shitless. In fact, one of them might have actually pooped himself.
I say, all right, I tell the party,
I think they're being honest, and if I'm being honest, I need to get out from behind them. So, let's go check this stuff out.
Well,
What's
what do
wrong,
we do
big
with
man?
the
Do you
dwarves?
smell their fear?
What do we do with the dwarves? Are we just gonna leave them? They're gonna warn Mr. Fox that we're looking for him and we're looking for
We don't.
Felix.
We're not warning anybody. Negative. Nope.
I think they're really scared.
And
Maybe.
and,
Should be
and
scared.
I personally, the dwarf with the really long white beard, looks at you guys. He says, "I am going to turn my life around and become better. Do you happen to know anyone who's hiring or anything like that?"
Maybe Gran does. She looks like she's getting to that age where she might want to just kick back and relax.
I go into the
Go
main
check
room.
up with her.
Gran, can you
Offer your
come in
service.
here?
And she comes in, she's like, "Oh, absolutely. Do I need to knock someone's head off?" And she like literally picks up her staff and she's like, "Ah!" And she's very shaky as she does it. She looks ready to beat someone down.
Gran, could you use 2 dwarves to help you around the area? Maybe just help you out for a little while. They need to do some community service to make up for their transgressions.
Oh, absolutely. First thing you could do is carry your 2 friends out to the street and punch them in the face a lot and make it look like they got waylaid by bandits. Do that. I'm going to come witness this just to make sure. And she sort of like walks behind them as they pick up their friends. And the redheaded dwarf.
Whoa. Sorry, but I'm not gonna let them leave yet.
Okay.
Yeah, same. I don't want to let them leave yet either.
Very well, thank you, Grant. We still have a few more questions, and he'll look back to the dwarves and be like, one good way to change your life around is to give recompense for your actions. I rented this little hovel here for 1 whole gold piece. I don't suppose you have something to pay me back with, do you?
The guy in the white dwarf, he said, "I literally have no money." And Davron's looking at him, and it's 100% true. And the redheaded dwarf is like, "I gave all my money to them to make sure that we were good. I would check the leader. I'm fairly certain he has a decent-sized coin pouch." And you gave
Neither
her
one
a
of you
whole
two has
gold.
anything of worth to me?
Why? No.
Doesn't have to be gold.
No, I don't, actually. And
No
he,
items. Turn over the pockets.
She was brutal. Turn over your pockets now.
Do I believe them?
absolutely.
I can be okay with this. They've done evil. They deserve kind of whatever comes to them. There's a limit, but yeah, turn out your pockets now.
They turn out their pockets, and all it is dust and lint. I mean, one person has like some sort of rock that you wouldn't be surprised because he's a dwarf. He's carrying around rocks, and it's not a precious stone.
I want to keep that rock. That rock. If he thinks it's value, I think it's value.
Okay.
Yes. Get that rock, and Rom will sneak out and rifle through the leader's pockets.
I believe it is a good idea if we're going to Mr. Fox to have one of these guys to show us the way, maybe help us even infiltrate if we don't want to.
I mean, we don't look like dwarfs. Actually,
Well,
now
The
it's
dwarf
right
is going
dwarf
first,
guy.
and we'll go behind them or hiding.
Where we
Do I
go to
find
bath-
anything in the leader's body?
Make an investigation check, please.
Yes. No.
You're looking around and you're like, I don't know where dwarves carry their money. That's what you figured out is normally like everyone has like their normal place where they carry money, but you cannot find this dude's money to save your own life. You do find that he has a necklace. Hold on. He has a necklace. A necklace of subsa, like an actual legit gold necklace in the ritual tradition of subsa.
Would it
I'm
be
gonna
worth
get-
anything?
It'd probably be worth like 2 or 3 gold.
Oh shit,
Okay.
we're rich.
I will try and grab the necklace before anyone comes out.
I walk into the room. I yell,
Rom, did you find anything?
Oh no, nothing here, nothing here. These damn dwarves in their pockets. They're not in the normal places.
Wait, Cap, did you loot the bodies? Is that what happened? I didn't see. Catch
Yes, but
I
you're
left,
not-
and I'm
you
checking
didn't
through the
notice.
leader's
Okay.
body.
By the way, make a deception check, Rom.
Yes.
Make an insight check, Davron or Davron.
okay.
Son of a bitch.
Davron knows that he's full of shit.
I walk in a little closer. Rom?
Well, nothing of consequence anyway. I mean, unless you happen to be a disciple of Subsa, and he'll produce the necklace.
I look at him and I kind of give him some shifty eyes.
Don't you lie to me, Rom. I always know.
And at this point, it's sort of Rom has understood that Davron is exceptionally good at reading people.
Okay. I will say Rom doesn't believe.
Okay.
Rom doesn't believe anybody can read his bullshit.
Can outwit him? Yeah.
So, I accept him as a fearsome foe. How about that?
So, what are we gonna do with these dwarves, guys? You want anything else with them? You want to use them as bait when we go into the bathhouse?
That is my suggestion. But like you said, we do not look like dwarfs.
Well, we should still turn their bodies on. Maybe there's something useful there, and he'll Akshun, would you like to investigate the body?
I just want to make sure that they do not die.
Yes, you would, priest.
Hey, dwarves, is there a secret, password or something in the bathhouse that we should know about? Like, how do we enter the...
I think we are back, but he said something.
We're back.
Oh, connecting to chat.
Yeah, we're good. I
Okay.
can see us.
Okay. So he said basically something about the sweet smell of roses.
Interesting. Sweet smell. I'm going to investigate these bodies as well. See if there's anything that I can find.
Oh, God.
What did you find?
I got an 8.
The other body does also have that same necklace that is the worship of Subsa.
Interesting.
Can I check the current dwarves, see if they also have those necklaces? Because it seems like weird that there's 2 people that have it and 2 people that don't.
Go ahead and make an investigation check, please.
Okay, I'm walking over to the dwarves, and I find my investigation button.
Whoa.
Jackpot.
Damn.
The red-headed dwarf does have a necklace of Subsa, but the white-haired dwarf does not.
Do I find anything else?
Right?
You actually do not. They were telling the truth about not having anything because they generally didn't believe that the necklace of Subsa was worth anything. Because
Okay,
it's
well, I'm
just...
taking the necklace anyway.
Wow.
Look away as my party robs these men. And,
That's for our troubles.
I walk back to her bed,
Uh-huh.
Hearthsinger's bed, and I take the box, the magical box.
Okay, you're going to take the box?
I'm gonna take the box.
Okay. Make sure you mark it in your inventory.
Okay. Oh, Shiver, did you take the feather? Or Shoshona,
did.
did you take the feather?
I have the feather.
Okay, great.
Do I have
Rom's
to put it somewhere
curiosity.
in? I wrote it only down. Yes?
Rom's curiosity got the best of him, and he really needs. Can he see anything down the basement from the top of the stairs?
No, you cannot.
Okay, he'll accept that.
Okay.
It's
Where do we get pigs?
SUBSA, right?
Yep. SUBSA.
Right.
Subsa.
Okay. So do we want to use the trolls or the dwarves to get in? 'Cause they already told us everything they know. I just want to check out the bathhouse, and I don't really care much for dwarves.
Well, do you wish to fight, or shall we try to negotiate with Mr. Fox?
I think we first try to talk to him. I think that's only reasonable.
Well, I think our friend Rom Valor likes to instigate.
That's Rom Velour to you.
Our friend Mr. Asshole just shoots magic beams at people, and I don't feel comfortable fighting.
Rom, can you promise to behave?
Did you all think that they weren't going to attack us?
We don't know. Because you already shot them.
Well, better be the one who shoots first. He walks away.
I somewhat agree with Rom on this one. They seem to have evil intentions.
Yes,
Must
evil.
be stopped.
You're the one that's sucking their life force as they fall.
Death comes to
I'm
us
gonna
all.
follow Rom as he goes on.
Okay.
Wait, we don't know where the bathhouse is.
The bathhouse
Did
was south of
anybody
here.
ask? Okay, good.
Right? Did I write it down?
Dwarves, come with us. You'll make the introductions.
Oh, we're taking the dwarves.
okay.
Oh, we're taking the dwarves. Officially invited now.
And as you guys are walking away, you hear the sound of as Granny is beating more bruises into the dwarves that were laying in there, and she's
Can
like,
we leave one dwarf behind so that she can help Granny? We don't need two.
as you say that, the white-haired dwarf says, I genuinely have no connection. If you could leave me behind, that would be ideal.
Hold on, which is
Great.
the one that shit himself? We don't want that one.
The white-haired one.
Okay. we don't
Which
want
one
that.
had the necklace?
The redhead.
Okay. Rom would like to take the redhead.
Well, no. All right,
Come
so
with us,
leave the
Ginger.
whitehead behind.
Okay. As you guys make your way down, I need you to make a perception check, please.
Yes, I see it all.
I see it more.
We see it all.
Holy
Keep the little
shit!
left.
Where is it? Perception.
Avron's a little blind.
Those are still fantastic rolls, though.
True.
6, 7, and 6. Jeez. You guys turn and you look down, and you're past Barley Street just slightly. Excuse me. And as you look down Barley Street, you notice that there are a bunch of these dwarfs just hanging out in front of like buildings and drinking and doing all sorts of stuff, and they sort of look at you strangely. And the redheaded dwarf with the black eye just sort of looks at them and nods, and they sort of nod back and then keep walking.
I'm glad we brought the dwarf.
Yeah. Me too. Are we going?
Give me
Going to the
one.
bathhouse. I thought that was south of us.
Give me 1 second. It is south of you.
Okay.
I currently don't have a representation. I'm fixing a part of the bathhouse at the moment. It's not fully.
While we're walking, Rom will walk up to the speed, kind of side by side with Sorshana,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
and he'll hold up the necklace that he still has. I appreciate somebody with an eye to detail.
But I have the same necklace.
Yes, I appreciate your no-nonsense nature.
Thank you. I wish you could say the same, but it seems like you're mostly nonsense.
Rom will walk off.
As you guys approach the bathhouse, the smell of the steam coming off of it, the little tiny hints of sulfur that you get from moving closer and closer to the bathhouse begin to assault your noses. I need to drag you on. Uh-oh. That's the... What?
I can smell the bathhouse. We must be close.
You smell the smell of hot springs as a whole. That's the main thing that you all smell. And I did look it up, Davron. Your temporary hit points last until you refresh temporary hit points or you lose them.
Wow. All right. Cool.
Does
My
he still have a
character's
black aura
disappeared.
about him?
The tips of his
Yeah,
fur, the tips of his fur are black.
Wow.
Yes, perhaps a dip in the bath will wash away some of that filth you have on you there, Bear Man.
Well, we can't wash the filth that's on your soul.
I may be able to help with that.
And I look over at Lumi and I'm like,
Got him.
Rob will just mutter to himself, idiots.
Ram, you seem to be a holy man. Can you tell me more about your god?
Yes, very holy. That's me. Not all of us are fit for priesthood like you.
Well, you do seem to have some of the power and magic of a priest.
Well, I'm a powerful man. What can I say?
Maybe you should learn to control your personality as well.
Oof.
My personality is controlled just fine, thank you.
oh,
You arrive at the bathhouse.
Oh, there.
There's a beautiful pale woman sitting at the front desk. She has blue hair, and it would appear that her blue hair is natural.
I've never seen a woman with blue hair before. Have you? Akshun? You seem to know
Is
a lot.
blue hair uncommon in this world, or?
It can be. It just depends on what genetic species and makeup they are. But it can happen. Just generally not speaking, not to humans. She appears to be some sort of elf or elf descendant.
And would my character know this?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. I've met a lot of fellow students at the University of Insight, and some of them do have blue hair. I walk up.
Okay.
What is your name?
Oh, my name is Ingrid.
Do you work in this bathhouse?
I absolutely do. I am the caretaker, maintainer, and everything. Would you guys like a bath?
Yes, but first we're looking for Mr. Fox.
And she looks real nervous when you say that.
He smells of roses or something like that.
Oh, okay. Well, just to let you know, this is a separated male and female bathhouse. Women, or those who identify as women, go to my right, and then if the men would go to my left, that would be ideal.
can I try and
go
do
I go to the left with Shoshana.
Okay.
So you're
wondering if I could-
identifying as a woman?
I'm a cat. You don't know?
That's a good point.
That is
And I
true.
don't judge. I
Is
don't
that
care.
a deception?
I would say make it deception. Are you gonna say anything, or are you just gonna go?
I'm just gonna walk into the female section like it's normal.
Make
But before
a performance check at advantage for me.
Oh. Wait. Do you get a 0?
Yeah, he doesn't get any bonus to it. That's what that means. As you're walking up, you're sort of like you're confident enough that she doesn't really question it.
Let's go, Rom. Let's have a bath together.
Rom is standing there looking left and looking right. Looking left,
Guys.
looking right.
Well, here's the
Right.
thing. At this point, does my party even know what my gender is?
No,
I'm a cat, right?
you're a cat,
Yes.
so
You're
no.
just a cat.
Guys, I have a question. We're not gonna go have a bath. We're actually gonna look for Elix, right? We're looking for Mr. Fox. So why don't you guys go, or at least Bugbear go into the male portion and check if Mr. Fox is there, which probably would be logical considering the whole Mr. part. But you never know. So I'm gonna check out if there's any information here on the ladies' side.
Are you saying
With
this
whoever
all out
wants to
loud
join me.
in front of the woman?
Yes,
Okay.
because we already talked to her.
Okay.
And we already asked her where Mr. Fox was, and we mentioned the rose things and stuff.
Hold on. Do we still have the orc or the dwarf with us?
Yeah.
The red dwarf.
Yeah.
He's a guy. He's
I
with
want to
Bugbear.
ask the red dwarf.
hold on, let me
Which
go
side
get-
should we go?
Let me go get his token. If you're looking for Mr. Fox, he'd be on the ladies' side.
Ah, Aha, I'm a lady.
I
All
do a
right, then.
double take and flip around and go the other way with them.
Come on then, ladies. And as everyone's walking by, Rom will linger at the desk, and he will say to the elven woman in Elvish, he will tell her, "Now you'll be sure to give it a heads up to your boss about this."
She looks at you and she makes the notion as if her lips are zipped.
What are we doing with the dwarf? Is he coming with us again?
I think he needs a bath on the men's side.
Send the
People-
dwarf to
people
get a
working
bath.
hard.
Right. You honestly, you smell terribly. Go take a bath. And I'll go to the window.
And he sort of wanders off.
All right,
I'm gonna walk in.
bear man first.
Oh, where are the baths at?
There is like a wooden divider between the two, but it's not very tall.
Oh my goodness.
Wooden provider. Oh, there's the baths. We found the baths.
Oops.
I
I
start
think these
walking
are the
around.
baths, right?
They are?
There's loads of
Can we,
people.
can
All
we
right.
go into the bath?
Yeah.
I just I'm gonna
I
as
wanna
soon as
sit-
I walk
I'm
in.
a
I'll
woman.
go for it.
Oh, sorry, go for it.
As soon as we walk in, I'm just gonna yell,
Elix, are you here?
No response whatsoever.
All right. I'm walking up to the bath and I go sit in the bath, take my clothes off, there with this other lady, because this is a lady that I see, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, hey, can I, like, who are you?
Oh, whatever do you mean?
Oh, I'm just making conversation in the bath, otherwise it's so boring.
Oh, and you have all your
What's your
clothes.
name?
You have all your clothes on. It makes me
No,
extremely
I
uncomfortable.
I told you I already got naked. I'm sitting in the bath.
Oh, okay. And she sort of is like, well, I come here to relax. What brings you here?
Same thing. What's your name?
Oh, my name is Alyssa.
Hey, Lissa, have you ever heard of a girl named Elix coming in these waters?
She just looks at you and she gets real quiet for a second.
It's okay. No secrets here in the bath.
Except for those that I would rather not talk about at the moment.
Why
I make
not?
I just want to know what am I looking at? Like, what is the bath like? Is it a natural spring? Is it a?
It does appear to be a natural spring, and there are fireflies everywhere, which is normal. And it's actually almost exclusively lit by fireflies in this specific moment.
And is it very crowded, or is it not?
It's for what it could be, it is not very crowded.
Why are you not comfortable talking about Elix, Alyssa?
That would be because. And she gets real close to you, and she whispers in your ear. The present company may or may not be paid to defend someone of that nature. Be very careful with what you say aloud here.
Oh. Is there somewhere we can go to talk?
I mean, not really, not without many ears being here. Go
at this
to the back of the bath, and she's there. Just
have I heard this at all?
no. Not really.
All right, what's the rest doing while I'm having this conversation?
What are you doing, Dalron?
I'm just sort of looking around a little bit and trying to get my bearings.
Who are you giving
everybody
that
else
to,
knows that.
Rom?
I'm giving that only to myself. So
Okay.
before, like, I kind of stepped out and then I stepped back inside the building, and I'm gonna cast without a trace, pass without a trace,
Okay.
and attempt to stealth through.
Okay, go ahead and make a stealth check. And then we'll add 2 to it. Post. 33. So yes, Rom basically gets back and he sort of walks really slowly, and all of you are just like, where did Rom go? But you have no idea where Rom went. What are you doing, Akshun, right now? Or Davron, what exactly are you doing right now?
I'm gonna go walk up to God, what's your name? I'm sorry.
Shoshana? Or
Shoshana
Aksh?
and say Shoshana and whisper,
What did she say?
You're a giant bugbear. You're walking up to two naked ladies sitting in the bath. You're asking us,
Subtlety is not our forte.
Dobro, dude, what are you doing? Step back.
Sorry, my bad.
And you'll notice, actually, you do notice, Shoshana, that the lady in front of you is completely unfazed.
Do you see bugbears more often, Alyssa? You seem so calm.
Well, to be honest with you, I know I look good, and I don't really give a shit.
All right. I thought like this was the ladies' side only. You're not spooked to see a non-lady there. I'm assuming Dovron is not identifying as a woman.
I think bugbears, though, they don't. It's hard to tell what their gender is.
It is.
Well,
They're very much like cats,
okay.
and the fact that female and male bugbears basically look identical.
What are you talking about?
And then I wink.
I mean, your voice is pretty obvious. Does Alyssa hear the voice?
Yeah, but you have never really encountered a female bugbear, so you don't really have a point of reference.
All right, fair.
So
All right, well,
you're
I'm glad
not-
you're so confident.
You're not really sure whether or not Davron is male or female at this point.
That's fair.
Now you're sort of questioning everything, really. Like, how much do I actually know about the world? Turns out, nothing.
Nothing. Well, I'm just relaxing in the bath for a bit.
Okay, what are you doing, Akshun?
I am channeling detect magic. Or ritualing detect magic, rather. Do I
Okay.
have time to do that, or is it?
That
is
would
it not
be-
a long.
That would be doing it inconspicuously would be impossible.
Okay.
But if you want to,
since I
you
see
can.
him, I will back out. Once I see him casting spells, I'm gonna back away.
Okay.
Can I ask an out-of-game question about detect magic? real
Sure.
fast? So obviously, I'm carrying the magic box on me, right? That I
Mhm.
got from the inn. Is detect magic something like it picks up anything, or do I have to like target at an area? Do I have to think
Detect
about
magic
something?
will look, and you can see like stuff glowing that is magical. Essentially, that's what it is within
Okay.
30 feet of you.
Okay.
And keep
Would,
keep
Rom know if he can see pass without a trace.
keep
would he
in
see
mind,
what I cast
you
on
know, well, Rom would know that it takes like 10 minutes to cast it, so you could move past him easily.
myself? Oh, okay.
It takes 10 minutes for him to cast it. So, especially since he's sitting down to do a ritual with the box, then it would take him, he's doing the ritual version, so it would take him much longer in order to do that.
Oh, okay. you just gonna sit down in the middle of the.
Yeah, I'm chilling by the bath, and I'm
all right.
you know.
All right, then Rom will get out of basically his range.
Well, I only just realized there's more baths, so I would like to change baths. So I am putting my clothes back on. I'm walking to the other bath.
Well, everyone else here that walks out are actually, everyone is naked. No one actually has any clothes except for on like the tables next to them outside or possibly inside their baths.
But I want to take my clothes with me because all my stuff's in there.
Then do it. You can
I'm
stay
taking all
naked
my
if you want to
clothes
stay naked. You don't have to put your clothes
All right,
back
I'm
on every
naked, but
time
I'm
you get out of the
taking my
bath.
clothes back, but I made a very convenient looking backpack construction.
You
with my coat.
probably
Everything's in there.
have a backpack that works exactly like
Okay.
that.
Well,
you're probably
I found myself in a new bath.
you're probably used to taking baths like in the middle of nowhere anyway, so this is
Yeah.
probably a fairly regular thing for you.
Very confident in my body. So fine. I'm hopping into the next bath, and I was like, hey, this bath is a little of a different temperature. I like it. Hey, I'm Shoshana. What's your name?
My name is Lexi, and I would appreciate it if you would leave me alone. As this dwarven lady who has recently, it would appear that she has recently shaved her beard.
All right. Any particular reason, Lexi? I'm fine to leave you alone. I'm just curious.
This is my alone time, and I like to sit and think about the day, and I would like to relax. Thank you for being respectful.
Okay. Well, if you want to have a chat, I will be right over into the next bath.
I'm gonna start following and try and pass over this little bridge here as well while this is going on.
Okay.
Just start walking.
So Action is still gonna be channeling his spell, right?
Yeah, just let me know when I could actually move. Can I move while channeling or no? Or
No,
concentrate?
because you're taking a ritual and concentrating on making sure it's all completed. I'll let you know. You jump into the bath with this lady, and she just looks at you like, "What are you doing?"
Hey, lady, is that your cat?
Hold on. Sorry. I'm not gonna let Davron just like stumble forward. So does Rom see anything past the bridge yet?
Rom sees that the people in front. You see a man sitting on a velour chair, with one of the most ornate masks that you've ever seen covering his face. It is that of a fox, and it is absolutely beautiful. And the mask does appear to be made of metal.
Okay.
And on his lap, he has what appears to be an extremely large caliber pistol.
Okay.
And he's sitting there talking. Sorry, I should be faster with my descriptions. But he's sitting there talking to a woman that is bound to a chair, and she's sitting in like that little pagoda just north of you. And he's sitting there talking to her about stuff, and she's nodding or shaking her head no. And there are these two, what appear to be women, covered in some sort of metal armor, but they don't appear to be organic in any way. And they're both wearing little bowler caps.
I just realized when the fighting breaks out, I'm gonna be by here all by myself.
Yes. So Rom wanted to let Sorshana continue to her thing. So he's just been kind of keeping an eye over there. But as soon as Davron starts getting closer, he's gonna stop him before he like gets in sight of anybody. And he'll kind of like saddle up and whisper him to him. He'll whisper to him.
Slow down, you big lumbering beast. You're gonna give up the element of surprise.
Oh, Rom, I didn't see you there. Hi.
That's the point, you nitwit. Now shut up.
I'm gonna listen to him. I'm gonna go into sneak. I'm gonna try and sneak too.
Okay, go ahead and make a sneak check at advantage. A stealth check at advantage, please.
Okay.
Bugbears are sneaky, right?
Yeah.
They actually get proficient.
Oh,
They get proficiency as a race, actually.
Damn.
I'm sneaky.
So literally, he like slinks up into the corner with you, and everyone else like sort of, even the cat was like, "What the fuck? Where did he go?" Like, this cat has just been sitting there with its eyes closed, and then when Rom started talking, he looked over at you, and then the bugbear sort of snuck into like the corner with you, and the cat goes, "What the hell?"
Okay, so does Rom notice anything magical in nature about the cat?
Make an Arcana check.
Son of a bitch.
You have no idea.
Well, I will still ask. I was asking, lady, is that your cat?
It is.
It's cute. May I pet it?
Oh, I mean, you can try. If it wants to let you, it'll do it.
The moment I touch the cat, I can do the Kalashtar thing. And
Sure.
I am talking to the cat.
Excuse me, I did not give you permission to touch me. Get the fuck out of that water so I can claw your fucking eyes out. I promise you touch me again, woman, and you will regret every second of it.
Well, calm down, Cat. I didn't mean any harm. I'll stay in the water, though, just to be safe.
Oh, you
why
don't
are
think
you
I'll
such
jump
a
in there
bad mood?
after your ass? You best get your shit
I don't
together.
think you're gonna jump after my ass. Why are you in such a bad mood, Cat?
Because I'm a cat at a bathhouse. Get the fuck out of here. I don't know what you
Well-
expected.
I'm gonna do that. Wait, cast at level 1, submit. There we go.
Oh my god. Animal
that.
friendship.
I want it to be my friend.
You cast a spell and it immediately goes, oh, you're a nice lady.
Thank you. I was just making a conversation. How are you doing today?
I'm pretty shit.
Oh, why is that?
I'm a cat in a bathhouse.
Well, do you know any girl named Elix?
She's sitting right over there with her bonds, and she's talking
What
to
do you
some
know?
man in a metal mask.
What do you know about them?
I know nothing.
Are they coming here more often?
Mr. Fox does, but I'm not really sure. I'm a familiar. I only exist when my master decides I exist.
Oh, and then I turn my attention back towards the lady in the bath that has just saw me staring at the cat. And I say, I like your cat. He's a cute familiar. What's your name?
And she thoroughly enjoys your presence as it would be. Oh, my
your
name.
Yeah.
People just call me Orissa.
Orissa. That's an unusual name.
It's
Do you know
O-L.
anybody-
O-L-R-I-S-S-A. Orissa.
Orissa. Orissa, what do you know about Mr. Fox?
That he's a bad man.
Why so?
Because he kills people. And
Can
he
we hear
gets
this?
he gets away with it.
I think
Yes.
Rockbear
I
Rom
think
will be able to hear this, right?
yeah, absolutely.
Well, while she's having this conversation, Rom would get as close to within earshot as he can, without without being obviously up in the guard's face. So I don't know how far I can.
The second you step on the bridge, the sort of the robots immediately both turn immediately to look at you, or to look in your direction,
Okay.
and not in a
Rom
normal
looks-
way. Like their bodies are facing north, but only their heads turned around.
Okay. Rom will motion Dobron to back up, and he'll also back up off of the bridge.
I'm gonna sneak to within striking range of Mr. Fox.
You're just gonna ignore the robots? Yeah, dude. I was just trying to hear their conversation, but apparently.
Wait.
Dobron doesn't give a fuck.
Can he do that?
I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna attempt to, I guess.
As you do that, the robots, their heads snap to the bridge as soon as you step on it. And they just sort of sit there staring at the bridge as you attempt to walk past. Let's make some perception checks to see if they see you.
And by now, the 10 minutes for Lumi should be over, right? So
Yes,
for our
yes.
cartoon.
No, you fucking idiot.
I have no idea what's going on. I'm just
You have successfully determined that the box is magical in nature, and it does have a spell cast on it to make sure that it's locked forever. It requires a password in order to open it, or a very high dispel magic.
Okay, is it my move, or are you waiting for me?
It is your turn officially. What would you like to do? No. Where is... Uh-oh. Is everyone here? No? Okay. Well. Is Discord down or something? Can you guys hear me? Is
I pee a little on the rocks.
Lumi's like, this is mine in the middle of a bathhouse.
Okay,
I think-
so we're back now.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's going on? Action,
I walk
what are you
next
doing?
to this cat, and I give off my cat pheromones. Can I do a check on that?
Are you trying to intimidate the cat? Like, what are you attempting to do?
Yeah, sure.
trying to
I'm
see.
exerting dominance.
Because the second that you get over there, the cat sort of gets up and yawns, and then immediately headbutts like your hand, the closest thing to it.
And I say, that's right. I answered it.
And this cat's purr sounds like a steam engine. It's just like brrr, brrr. It's super fucking
God.
loud.
Good job, Lumi. You successfully seduced a cat.
It is very important to connect with my nature.
Okay. So
I
to
want
be
to ask
clear,
one final question with to Ulrissa.
Okay.
I want to ask, like, how many people do you think, like, will be upset if something were to happen to Mr. Fox?
I would say within this town, not many. Within Union, a great deal.
Does it? Okay, thank you. And I leave the bath, and I walk to where they are. There we go. That's where I walk to.
so Davron has not been spotted, right?
He actually has not. He is fully moved within striking range of Mr. Fox.
Okay. Is Rom within hearing distance of the conversation? And then is Davron on? Davron.
Both
Oh,
of well, Davron is super focused, and I would assume make a perception check. Davron, you're the only one that needs to make one because everyone else can hear it automatically.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Perception.
You actually did hear it, surprisingly.
Okay. The conversation about Mr. Fox.
Yes.
Yeah, I was working under the assumption that I had heard that earlier. Yeah.
Yeah.
That he was
Sorry.
gonna go for
I
it.
was speaking about the interrogation that's going on between Fox and.
Make another perception check. Just because. What languages do you speak, Davron?
Goblin and common.
Okay, you do not understand what they are saying. You can
Okay.
hear it, but you do not understand what they are saying.
All right. I'm just gonna try and read the body language if possible.
Go ahead and make an insight check.
Okay.
Mr. Fox is 100% in a position of power, and the lady that is tied up is not necessarily super uncomfortable. Elix does not appear to be uncomfortable. She just appears to be answering questions because she has to. And she doesn't seem to be in danger. She doesn't look scared. And that's what you gain from all of that.
All right. I'm just gonna sit here and watch the situation, I think.
Once the bugbear gets like right up next to this robot, Rom will be like, well, if that
Make a perception
bumbling
check,
buffoon
Rom.
can do it.
Make a perception check, Rom, to see if you even know where he is. Oh my!
Wow.
Nothing gets past me. Nothing. Nothing.
You're actually able to see him move right up next to that automaton or whatever it is. You're not really sure what it is, but he moves right up next to it, and he's just like reading people. You don't really know if he understands or not.
Okay. Since Rom watched him go over the bridge, like he backed away, but then the bugbear went forth, and since he watched him do it and succeed, Rom will be like, well, if that bumbling buffoon can do it, so can I. And he will also attempt to cross the bridge.
Okay.
Oh no, I've lost control. Oh no, I haven't. I'm just done.
Make a stealth check.
Oh, I have to make another one?
Yes, because you revealed yourself to Davron.
Okay, do I still have my...
You still have it. It lasts for like an
Okay.
hour or something like that.
Okay. So it's an extra 10?
Only 23.
Yeah.
Okay, time for me to make some perception checks. Oh, that's a nat 20.
No, no.
As soon as you enter the bridge, both of their heads swivel, and this one immediately begins walking towards you.
Oh shit, Rommel, back up. Back up.
And it sort of positions itself on the bridge to block entry, and it's looking directly at you.
Rommel kind of give a wave and... Hello?
Can I jump into this water?
Sure.
Okay, because I'm still naked, still in the bath. This time there's another lady. And I'm like, hey, I'm Sorshana, what's your name?
Oh, my name is Victoria, but most people call me Vicky.
Hey, Vicky. Can I call you Vicky?
Oh, absolutely.
Can you tell me something about this bathhouse? It seems so strange. This is my first time here.
Oh, that is made very apparent. Well, this is a bathhouse run, basically by the young lady that you see up front, and she's ran it for 500-600 years.
Wow.
It survived both the awakening and some of the previous events, as well. Basically, everyone here is here because they like to relax.
The springs are gorgeous, but to be honest, I thought this was the female section, and I definitely see Mr. Fox. Is he clearly a guy?
Well, when you have as much money as he does, you don't have to follow the rules.
That seems strange. Also, why are there machines in the bathhouse?
Those are not machines, and I would not talk about them. If you care for your own existence, I would just drop that specific subject right now.
Okay, well, there was one extra thing that I was curious about, because I heard, I don't know if you know Orissa from the Bath Over. I was wondering if you could tell me something about the Union, because they appear to be good friends with the guy over there. That's the wealthy guy.
Are you talking quietly, or are you just yelling this?
No, I'm talking relatively quietly, like to the person that's sitting right next to me.
Okay,
She
so
can
you're
hear it.
you're trying to keep it between the two of you.
Yeah, like you would talk in a bathhouse.
Go ahead and make me a performance check at advantage.
Let's see, where do I do that? Performance.
Roll another one. Roll another one. Okay, because advantage gives you 2 and you take the higher. But
Okay.
so you're able to keep it pretty quiet, and she just like says, just be quiet. We don't need to be talking about them specifically. And then she explains to you that Union is the main city where everyone gets together to talk about political climates and things like that, where people can maintain relationships, make sure that people are trading correctly, that everyone is surviving properly, etc., etc. One of those meetings is actually coming up in the next month, and it's every 5 years. 5 years that they have a meeting in Union. Well, it turns out that Mr. Fox is the right-hand man of the current governor of Hearth Pass.
Which is where we're at right now.
You are currently in Olive Shoals, which is directly
Shoals.
north of Hearth Pass. And
Who's the governor of Hearth Pass? Sorry.
Oh, the governor of Hearth Pass?
Yeah.
That is, hold on. I have it, and you would know it.
Sorry.
This is like common knowledge, right? Who the governor is.
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone would actually know it. He is His name is Ebon Strong.
Oh, he's the right-hand man of Ebon Strong. Must be very important. But why does he have a lady tied up with him?
Because it would appear that politically that woman holds enough information to warrant Mr. Fox hunting her down and keeping her here.
Can I hear this?
Make a perception check.
Okay.
No.
Should we all individually make perception checks for this conversation, or?
I would say if you were to move closer, Akshun, that you might be able to hear it, but from your current distance, that it would. Actually, no, you're a cat, so I would say, yeah, go and make a check, just normally.
I hear nothing.
You hear nothing. Rom, would you like to attempt to hear this conversation?
Yeah.
You don't hear shit either.
Okay. Well, I'm kind of like, I don't know what to do because obviously my friends don't know what I heard. And I don't want to give Vicky the wrong impression of that I have, like, and I want to do something about it. But I will ask Vicky, though. Vicky, if something were to happen to Mr. Fox, what do you think will happen to this place?
What do you mean?
I mean, I only see two people that will be able to help him out if we were gonna rescue the girl. I just don't want anybody to be wrongfully, you know, captured. I don't like that, and I wanna do something about it.
Well, technically speaking, as long as no organic people get injured, I don't think there would be an issue.
Okay. I think I might try to have a conversation with Mr. Fox. Thank you for being so open, Vicky.
Just
I'm walking out of the bath.
Be careful, as she says as you walk out of the bath.
Okay. And I'm standing in between Rom and Akshun, and I basically tell him everything that I heard during the entire time I've talked to people in baths.
And would you like to keep it quiet so the automaton closest
You
to
have
you
no
doesn't hear
idea
it?
where Rom is, though, right? Isn't he invisible at this point?
Rom is currently make a perception check.
Oh yeah.
Both Akshun and Sorshana. Oh, Sorshana sees you.
I mean, I was aware where he was the whole time. I'm just gonna pretend he was never invisible.
Well, he was not technically invisible to you. Oh, and Akshun knows where you are too.
Cat like hearing that one.
Well, Rom's gonna pretend that he wasn't trying to hide in the first place. The automaton already spotted him.
That's fair. Okay. So basically, I tell him everything that I know, and like I told him about, you know, that what Alyssa said, what Ulrissa said, Vicky said. I tell him about the union.
You're gonna brief them about what you heard and what information you gathered.
Yes, and we're standing still next to the familiar, who, if needed, has the same information. And since I'm still tethered to him, he can still speak to me in my mind.
I would like to make a history check on the name Francesca something.
Sure.
Oh, just trying to.
Duchess Francesca?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh, big roll. Oh, wait, that was the other one.
That was his big perception. I would say you have advantage on this one specifically. So when you click on it, click advantage instead of normal.
Oh God.
Or you could just roll extremely poorly with a +8. That's fine. You know,
2 twos. Wow.
Duchess Francesca is, as far as you know, one of the political leaders within the Union state that Insight sits in. You're not, or is it It's Myriad, right? Right,
Yes.
Rom? It's Myriad, not Insight. So the nation state that Myriad resigns in which the name changes like every 5 years because whichever political party is inside of it. So most people just call it the state of Myriad. She is one of the political leaders within that because every town and city gets 2 political leaders to send to Union. And she, I don't, which specific city does she represent? Did we talk about that? I don't remember if we talked about that.
Did not. I just assumed that she was residing within Myriad.
I would say Myriad. She probably is one of the political leaders in Myriad itself. And that's all you know about her. You don't know anything specific about her. All you know is that she is a political leader within Myriad Action.
Okay, so I put 2 to 2 together, and I whisper back to my 2 friends. I believe Francesca and this Mr. Fox and the Hearth Pass governor might be 2 opposing factions here. And,
make a history check, Romvalor. You do know that the Mr. Fox and Duchess Francesca have some history at some point, but you don't know what it is specifically because it was before you showed up.
Okay. Either way, Rom wouldn't speak up.
Yeah, so this is in character. Given the vague nature, we just saw a name on a piece of paper. Are we supposed to attack, kidnap? I think making the wrong move here will definitely will always anger one party.
Yes, we did get like the assignment that we got at the start was to save a girl specifically for Francesca, and probably this is the girl that we should save. But I would like to be able to do it without, angering. Maybe we can start a conversation with Mr. Fox, see what he says. But I would not want to see him dead, considering he has friends in high places. It can make our life really difficult.
There was some mentioning about as long as no organic things are harmed, things should be okay. Was that the case?
That is true.
That's at least what Vicky said. I don't know, like Vicky was just, a lady in a bathhouse. I don't know. We can try to see if we can do something and maybe then talk it out after we taken out the non-organic stuff. But let's see first, because the organic stuff haven't made any moves towards us.
Make a history check, Action specifically.
Okay.
Just regular?
Just regular, please. The automatons, the 2 female, I want to say female-shaped characters that have their full metal body plate coverings, are a derivative form of what you know as Warforged. So Warforged are soldiers that were designed and created during the Awakening to fight Arcanus, essentially. So they use magic to power these big soldiers, robotic soldiers that have their own personalities. They're conscious. They have their own everything, except these are specific versions of them that are not sentient. So these are essentially just robots that are powered by a small and similar form or a derivative of Arcanus that drives the normal version of the Warforged. So these creatures are not organic in any way, shape, or form.
Can I hear? Can I do like a perception check to see if I can hear them talking over here about the stuff that's going on?
Sure.
Okay. Okay, so I heard all that conversation between them.
You caught most of it, yes.
Okay. And then can I do a history check to see if I know about those automatons?
Automatons, absolutely. Make a history check.
All right.
It's going to be a super high number that you did not reach.
Okay.
Would Rom know what spells work on automatons? You said they aren't organic material.
They're inorganic.
So would he know if spells like inflict wounds and such work on them?
That would be something to ask Action. Well, Action, did you tell them that those aren't real? That they're just
Yeah, I assume I would be
they're
able
constructs.
relay. I'm very glad to share my knowledge.
Okay,
with
good.
two inferior intellectual beings. So I tell them.
You would know that inflict wounds it does still work because they still have to have intact parts, because inflict wounds on constructs generally rusts them, or if they're like stone golems, they basically turn them into dust. That kind of inflict wounds works in a specific way that is for that creature specifically.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to wait here until I see my allies.
I would
make
like to
moves.
cast level 2 suggestion
On whom?
on the robot lady at the bridge. Well, first of all, do I know that I could do like whether it would work
Suggestion does not work on constructs.
on-
Well, Mr. Know-It-All, what's the plan?
Well, plan A is we push the robot into the pond. Actually, that is just my plan A, and that's it. I'm at a loss.
Wonderful plan. What about you?
Sorshana.
Well, I'm playing with the idea of just moving past the robot without getting detected because it could turn into a bug. And I'm just gonna ask the lady what she is thinking, because she doesn't really look that uncomfortable. It makes me wonder. Doesn't that make you wonder?
I don't think you guys have seen that yet, have you? Have you seen her?
I
No.
was in the bath. I could have seen that, right? I was in the bath very
Make
close by.
an insight check for me. I want to know if you picked up on her uncomfortableness.
Okay.
That is a good question. Did Sorshana put her clothes back on?
Shoshana's still naked. It's very
I'm
important.
still naked.
Okay.
I can go up in the bath whenever I want.
Yeah, you picked up on the fact that she's not really uncomfortable and she's not afraid. She's not too worried about her current state.
Yeah, so before we start, punching people and killing robots or whatever, I kind of just want to talk to her. Is there a way to do that? Actually, do I see Sorshana from where I am right now?
Wait, do you see yourself?
Oh, sorry, not Sorshana, the lady. The girl.
Yeah. Oh no. Okay. Maybe. Am I playing by myself again? Because it would appear as such.
I think
What will
Frozen
the
is
answer
around.
be?
Okay.
There's super lag.
Yep. What's going on? Okay. So you do see her, absolutely.
I whispered to my two friends, if we're here just to talk, I think we just walk up to the lady on the bridge and say, we're here to talk. We don't need to...
Wait, how do I measure distance again?
Hit the ruler, which is underneath the magnifying glass. So
Yeah,
you would have to get a little bit closer.
It would have to be 2 squares up, which would be on the bridge at that point.
Or you could jump in the bath.
I'm going back into the bath.
So you need
Do
to.
I still see her?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, I want to use Mind Link.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
What languages do you speak, Sorshana?
Oh, I speak Infernal, Druidic, Draconic, Common, Korai. That's it.
Dofa?
So in common, what do you are you starting off? What do you say?
If I do a Mind Link, I would start off, don't be alarmed.
She sort of, you could tell that she notices, but she's keeping eyes locked with Mr. Fox.
Right, don't be alarmed. I can see that you're tied up. You can think words to me and speak to me telepathically. Are you in pain?
No.
Do you want help?
Yes.
Talk to me. What can we do? I am not alone.
I have. Oh, how many?
I have friends that can help.
Okay. The guardian in the front, for some reason, has a major aversion to water. The one next to me has an aversion to electricity. I don't know how I know this, but I just know it. And this is not the real Mr. Fox in front of me.
It's not.
No,
Do you know...
I don't know what's wrong with him, but this is not the real one.
Do you know why they took you?
Because I have some relatively volatile information on Duchess Francesca that he is attempting to extract. But I have not broken yet, and I will not do it.
Okay. I'll say there. I will be back. I mean, the link stays for like an hour, right?
Yes, it does.
So I'll move back, hop out of the pool. Hey guys.
Oh, you don't have to be able to speak the same language. That's cool.
At this point, I just see you hopping in and out of baths. I just think that you took an. How's your bath?
It was a great bath. It was very refreshing. You should try sometimes. I basically relay all the information and say so she wants to be saved, and it seems like we have a very easy way to get rid of the two non-sentient, non-biological people machines. Push one in the water, and maybe we can zap another one. I don't have any electricity stuff, but maybe one of you can. And then we can interrogate the fake Mr. Fox and help out the lady.
I'm gonna try and do a perception check from here.
What are you looking for?
If I can hear her.
Okay, go ahead. I think that answers your question.
Yeah.
Well, surprisingly, the priest's original plan was not so terrible. If one of you can push the one into the water, I can try and handle the other one. I don't have any lightning spells, but any motions to the priest.
Considering you're such a big cat, Akshun, maybe you should try to push him in the water because you're probably a little more strong than I am. Weren't you 7 feet or something?
No, I'm definitely I'm a smaller of the cats. You've never seen a leonin this small. Right? I'm like the smallest of the leonins. But I will use channel divinity, knowledge of ages, and let's see. It says I could gain proficiency with any skill or tool for 10 minutes. I would like to gain proficiency for stealth.
Okay. Oh, sure.
So how would I gain proficiency in stealth?
So click the checkbox on your character that has stealth, and then we unclick it after the effect is up.
Okay. So do I make a roll, just a regular roll?
Are you wearing your heavy armor?
No, I'm naked.
Oh, okay. So make that at advantage.
Is there super advantage?
There is no such thing as super advantage.
Okay.
Oh no.
Then Rom will do nothing.
And I will attempt to shove the robot to the right into the water.
As he steps up, Rom will move up to here.
Wait, if he's gonna throw it into the right, shouldn't we warn Vicky?
Well,
she's
Rom
right there.
Don't care.
I did not even consult my teammates.
At the same point as he shoves, I'm yelling to Vicky, and not too loud, only loud enough that Vicky hears it. Move.
So you're like, move, Vicky.
Move, Vicky.
Make an athletics check at advantage, please, Akshun.
All right.
Because I rolled a 16 versus your 18 stealth.
All right, that's me, right?
No. Akshun is pushing.
Oh, okay.
Athletics at advantage.
Athletic?
Yep, athletics at advantage. Nat 20!
Strong arm this person.
As soon as he goes for the push, Rom will invoke duplicity. and create an illusion of himself between Mr. Fox and the other robot.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna let me put a token of Rom. Where is Rom's token? There it is. Boop.
It's me.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna mark this one so that I know which one it is. Just real quick. We're gonna mark it with this so that I know that it's an illusion. Okay.
As that stuff is happening, I'm gonna go for a surprise attack with my long limbs onto the automaton and yell, "Look out, Rom!" as I do it.
Okay.
Not
So
me, you dumbass.
what I need everyone to do is click. Let me delete the old initiative orders. Click on your character, roll initiative. What we're going to do is we're going to have a surprise round where each of you gets to act beforehand. Lyrical did not click on his character, and neither did. I mean, Akshun did not. Basically, so Shauna was the only one to properly get her initiative taken care of. You have Akshun is at 10. Oh wait,
We're gonna get there.
10. Rom Valor is at 7. Why are there 2 Akshuns?
I initiative again. Sorry.
Oh no, it's okay. I'm gonna put you were at 10 initially. Let me get rid of this Akshun. Wait. 9, 7, 12. Wait, 12 and 10. That's the correct order. But we need to move Rom Valor down. Okay, so it would be Davron first. But this automaton, like, literally didn't expect it at all. You just, woo! And you yeeted him into the pond right next to her. And immediately you see, like, a bunch of steam come out the second that it hits the water. And it is going to be stunned. It is not destroyed, but it is stunned. So we're going to put... I wish there was, like, a swirly... like in Warcraft that was I need to make my own like stun things. And then so that was your surprise round action. Davron, what is your surprise round action?
I was going to attack. I don't think I have my Yukla thing listed on there, so I'm just gonna use
your
it.
Your Akolwa should be on there. Where is your Akolwa? Oh, I didn't make an attack for it. Damn. Okay, I can make one real quick.
Okay.
Cool.
Sorry, should have done that.
For you, that would be strength. It's 1d8 plus strength, and you have. Wait, it's piercing, I believe. Hold on, it is. Wait, 1d8 piercing. There you go. You're good.
And then I also have the surprise attack thing, which is I can surprise a creature and hit it with an attack my first turn of combat, and it deals 2d6 damage.
Additional 2d6. This is true. Go ahead.
All right, so do I just click there, normal roll for this?
Yep. Okay, so that hits. And what I'm going to do is we're going to make, real quick, I'm going to make a second version of the Akolwa with your surprise attack. Akolwa surprise. So then this 1d8 piercing. Wait. Ah! Uh-oh. 1d8. I full screen myself accidentally.
Okay.
Piercing, and then it's 2d6 surprise damage. Okay.
Right,
So you hit, click the surprise attack real quick, but then that would have hit regardless, so hit the damage on the surprise one.
Okay.
Not the regular Akowa.
Got it.
What? That didn't roll it right. Let me...
Should I just do another 2d6?
Oh, I didn't check the box. Hit it again.
All right. Huzzah!
That's better. No. No, it's not. Yeah, just roll 2d6 and we'll add it to that 11. So 18.
Nice.
Minus 1, 8. So you go stab, and your first initial hit is your Akowa. You manage to stick into it right into its chest, and it sort of like sizzles for a second, then it turns to you and gets into ready stance. So the robots are going to get a turn at 24. So they will be acting first in this combat. And then Mr. Fox is going to have a turn. He's going to go at 23. So that changes the order just a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean a lot of bit.
Oh my god.
Okay. So let's change back to battle music, because battle music, right?
Yes. The battle commences.
Okay, so actually, Sorshana, is there anything you would like to do on your surprise round?
Well, I want to first ask Action and Rom, like, are we planning on doing something to the Mr. Fox? Like, what's our battle plan here?
Well, it's already happening, so you have to choose. It's already happened.
Battle plan is to kill.
No, I don't think we should. I will actually. I can use the spells on myself, right? Like the ones that I have to touch someone for.
Absolutely.
I can just touch myself and go.
Absolutely.
So I want to use Long Strider.
Oh, dang. Okay.
And I move real far behind. Like I want to get to next to the girl because I want to cut her free. I'm gonna cut her free.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Okay. Go ahead and make a dexterity check for me.
Okay.
So her movement, by the way, is 40 at this point. So, yeah, she can make that pretty easily.
She just like jumped over the back.
Yeah, that's exactly how I picture it. It was sick.
Wait, I can't find it.
So on the left side of your character sheet, you need to
Oh,
go.
I found it.
Just click the word dexterity. Oh, easily. You pull out like a little dagger, you're like, and the leather
Yeah, I
bonds
have
on her.
dagger.
You get her hands free, and she pulls the thing off her mouth, and now she gets an initiative order. She doesn't have any weapons, but she'll be there.
Okay.
12.
Damn.
Okay. And Davron, you are going to be first because your dexterity is incredibly high. So, the robot, like, turns and looks at Davron, who stabbed her with a Kulwa, and she jumps away. No. You were over here. You were hitting her. You're reaching her.
All right.
So, she jumps at you. Sorshana, you have the chance to do an attack, an opportunity attack if you would like to, because he's moving out of your engagement range.
Yeah, I want to do an opportunity attack on the thing that moved away because we don't care about that one anyway. It doesn't have feelings.
And you already had you would have been using your Ikolwa to cut her free anyway. So if you'd like to do that, or if you would like to cast a spell to do that, one of your cantrips.
Do I just click on it?
You just click on the text for Ikolwa. And that's a hit, so click on the text underneath it in the chat to roll damage. 7. Okay. That's damage.
Yay.
Bam. You have successfully damaged it with your... So now you no longer have a reaction.
That's fine.
And she runs up to you. And her 2 attacks... Oh, no!
Uh-oh.
The first attack does 10 damage.
To me?
Yes. And the second attack does 19.
What?
Whoa.
Oh, jeez. That's
how much
everything.
HP does he have?
I have 26.
I need you to... You're down to 0 hit points. As she runs up to you, she rolls her arms up, and 2 giant blades poke out of her arms. And she stabs you in, like, the side with one, and then she just hits you straight in the chest with the second one for a critical hit.
Oh, my God.
You're down to 0 hit points. I need you to make a death saving throw, please. So on your character
Where's
sheet...
I'm
Hey!
not ready to lose him yet.
You have successfully made your first death saving throw. If you succeed with 3, you are stabilized. If you fail 3, you are dead.
Okay. So I have to do 3 of them?
No. When it comes to your turn again, you will make another death saving throw.
Got it.
The other one is stunned. Mr. Fox gets up and he turns his pistol towards the now what he doesn't know, but at the illusory Rom Valor, who he immediately recognizes, by the way. What does it mean?
So it is
So
not very clear.
if he
on
gets
the rules.
shot, does it go away?
It's not very clear on the rules.
What's your
it seems
AC?
like-
I'm going to make it based off of your A. It has the same AC as you. If it gets hit, I'm going to say that it probably either goes away or is dissipated for like a turn or something.
Okay. The campaign that I watch, basically, if they hit it, they know it's real, but it stays.
Oh,
But I don't know
okay.
if-
So
if you wanna
okay.
do that.
I am
It's 18, by the way, my AC.
okay. What?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that bullshit. I remember that bullshit. So he pulls his pistol, fires a shot right through the illusion, and immediately knows it's illusory. And he goes, "Oh, okay." And he sort of flips it down and loads another cartridge, turns up, and then immediately turns to look for Rom. He doesn't know where Rom is right now, but he knows that you're here somewhere.
Well, it looks like the jig is up. Priest, handle the one that's down.
Davron, it is your turn. Make a death
I'm-
saving throw, please.
Oh, God. Jesus. Hey!
You have successfully made your second death saving throw.
Oh, God.
She,
Can I do anything or no? No, I'm just chilling.
Nope, that's it for now. Hearthsinger runs over to you, making sure not to get out of anyone's range so she doesn't take any attacks, and she bends down to you and says, "If you've come to save me, you're not dying today. You are healed for 9 hit points."
Woo!
Whoa! Nice.
Hog. Oh.
So
I have
now,
another question to ask here.
okay.
If Larigo goes down from this point on, does he have 2 fail saving throws stored up, or is he begins back at 0 death saving throw?
Technically speaking, he should have 2 successful death saving throws, unless he takes enough damage to automatically fail death saving throws or something.
Okay.
So, there's ways to completely overcome the amount of like death saving throws you have by instantly killing you and stuff like that. But she runs over and she bends down and she like this warm blue light channels into Davron, and Davron, after being stabbed in the chest, your wounds have closed, but you still feel terrible. Akshun, it is your turn.
I noticed that Davron is somewhat back on his feet, so I take my next course of action and I will shout out to my team. We are running out of here. Or the plan is to extract this girl. And I cast level 2 suggestion at Mr. Fox.
Oh, okay. What is your spell save DC?
Let's see. Wait, let me make sure that I'm within 30 feet.
You are. I know for a fact that you are.
Okay. Let's see. Does it say what the save is?
Wisdom
Oh my god,
saving
there's so
throw.
much text.
No, on your character sheet. At the top, its spell save DC is 14.
Oh,
Go
okay.
to your spell section, and right at the top, next to Wisdom, it says your spell save DC is 14 in the spell section.
I see, okay.
He passes with an
So
18.
then it does nothing, right?
It does nothing.
Okay. Alright, second action, I move.
Just leave me alone with the automaton, huh?
See ya! I'm tending to Davron like you asked me to.
Sorshana, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Well, I mean, I could just turn into a giant poisonous snake again, I guess.
Yes, it
Being
looks
pretty good.
powerful.
The giant spider is there as well. You have lots of other options.
Yeah, I will go for something else. Oh, I did it wrong.
You have to select your token first.
Yeah. Let's go for the spider.
Okay. And it's a large creature.
Yes. Oh, love it.
Whoa. Holy
Alright,
Buddha.
I'm gonna attack the.
Akshin immediately hisses at the spider.
I'm gonna attack the whatever robot person, Roman.
Okay, you're going to attack the automaton right in front of you? Are you using
Yes.
your bite or your web?
Wait. I gotta read this proper. I actually want to web Mr. Fox, the fake one.
Okay, go ahead and click on the web. Oh, nat 20
Damn.
again!
Wow.
Unreal.
Okay, so he's basically, I would say,
Detained.
yeah, he basically falls down, immediately covered in webs as she turns and sort of this web up, like, sprays all over it, and he's like, ah! And he was pulling up his weapon, but his weapon is, like, clutched in his hand, facing basically toward his legs at the moment where he falls down. I need to put there's an actual web icon. That's
Oh, nice.
sick.
Very
Are you moving anywhere or anything?
Am I what?
Are you moving or anything?
I'll move a little bit closer to the other guy.
Okay. And as soon as the
No,
spider,
I don't want to. I don't want to move.
as
too
soon as
close,
the
'cause I
spider,
don't wanna spook-
as soon as the spider climbs over, everyone in here goes, "Oh no!" And they're all just like, "Okay." After hearing the first pistol shot, everyone in here is running away. The cat disappears. These people are running. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so I don't have to worry about Victoria's.
No. They all.
Good.
They're all running away.
Okay.
Ram Valor.
So the automaton to my right, it was stunned for its first turn, so it's going to be able to make an action next. Is
Well,
that how it's gonna
it
go?
does appear to still be stunned.
Oh, okay. Well, either way, Rom will jump into the pool with his clothes on. He just mutters to himself, "Oh, disgusting!" as he gets close to the spider, and then he will use his illusion to cast inflict wounds on the automaton.
Okay. You do not hit.
Oh no.
Well, this is fun. Rom's done.
Okay. The automaton is like sort of conflicted as to everyone is starting to beat her down. And the next turn, the automaton that's in the water will be able to save itself. But for now, this automaton is going to grab Mr. Fox and make an enormous leap over the pagoda and run away to the north.
Oh shit.
Damn.
There you go.
What the hell was that movement?
Damn.
Wait, when you say run away, he actually's gone?
Yes. The automaton grabbed him and ran away. If one of you would like to make Sorshana can attempt to bite, and
Yes, I would like to
Davron
bite.
actually no, she's disengaging. So she's taking her action to make sure that you can't take a reaction and opportunity attack to attack her.
Oh.
She's able to get out of the, she's able to pull him out of the web? Or, how does that
No, she just grabbed him. He was webbed. So the web was covering him. He was not webbed to the ground. She covered him and just ran away. And she has a high jump of 60 feet.
What?
So I didn't even need to make an athletics check for her to just jump away.
So the only one left is the other one.
And it's just
Rest
like
is
it's just
gone.
like sort of crawling out of the water, trying to make itself work. Davron.
God, do I have anything that can like sort of continue to disable it? That I guess maybe we could like beat it until it's like I don't know. I'm a little bit wary of these things after I got completely owned earlier.
Well, got at least 2 healers behind you apparently. So
That's
Yeah.
true. All right, I'm gonna walk to the pond, and then or the bath, and then go for a flurry of blows. Or no, I'm just gonna do a regular attack with my Ikola.
Okay. And then flurry blows afterward, I assume.
No, I'm gonna do a defensive one instead.
Okay.
I think.
You hit. Go ahead and do damage.
Nice.
11.
Dang.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do a spend 1 key point to do a patient defense. Actually, no. Let's do a flurry of blows. Let's go after it. Why not? So 2 double unarmored attacks.
Yep. Unarmed attacks. Go ahead and roll roll for that. That one is a miss. That's a hit.
All right. So yeah, first like
Oh,
slice
you need to
down.
click the text, not the
right.
attack.
Sorry. There we go.
So,
So I, like,
additional 5
Slice
damage.
down once, and then I try to like kick it when it's in the water, and then when that misses, I just sort of like do a forward fall and punch in the dome. Clap it.
Okay. I'm just trying to. I'm checking math real quick because the math is wrong for the Kola. It's adding
Got it.
too much damage. Oh no. Wait, +2. Why is it giving +2 damage? Oh, we'll figure it out later. I'm not worried about it. She's just gonna start running out this way. Oh, wait, I can do.
Whoa, we gotta follow her. Wait, how far can she run?
Oh, she's taking a dash action.
Oh. Oh, shoot.
Action.
I shout out to my team. We did what we set out to do. We have freed a girl. Let's retreat. I will also take a dash action.
Okay,
That is double my movement speed, right?
it does. Basically, you move once and you move again. What you can do is you can.
It's gonna dip on Davron, huh?
So basically, you could be right next to her if you want.
I have 35 base.
Oh, you have
so-
35? Dang! So you could actually be 10 feet ahead of her. Okay, there you go.
And you said that these people are not there anymore, right? Or are they?
No, they're literally actively running away.
Okay.
So these people are all gone.
And as I ran past Davron, I said, "Good luck."
So it's my turn?
It does move to Sorshana.
So I still have the super fast movement speed and I'm a giant spider. Do I move extra far?
You have 40 feet of movement base right now, so you would be moving at 80. You'd move up to 80 feet.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow them.
Oh, and you have
spooky at all.
50, you have 80 feet of climbing movement, so you can move straight down if you want to.
I'm gonna move straight down. What's 80?
Right here. So basically, you're
Alright,
at.
I'm gonna block the exit. Can I set it here? I don't want the girl to go anywhere without before we talk to her.
You can almost make it to the exit. You would be.
I mean, that's already blocking the thing, right?
Oh, yeah, pretty much. You're like, nope, you can't. Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, I'm blocking her, and with my reaction, I turn back into my human form. That's allowed, I think.
Your bonus action, you can do that.
Bonus action.
Are you gonna still be blocking if you do that though?
Oh.
Yeah,
that's a good
between
question.
I would say between Akshun and her, I don't think that she could squeeze past realistically.
Okay.
It would be fairly difficult for her
be
to
there.
do that.
Yeah. All right. And I say, wait a second. We would like to talk to you. Is that like we would like to talk to you, please?
All right.
Rom.
Good luck.
Wonderful. Animals and cowards. Right, Davron, it's up to me and you. And he will use his bonus action. Oh, I cannot move my illusion.
Oh, because you don't have control over it.
I just want
Where
to
do you want to move
the
it?
robot.
Behind the robot over here?
Yeah, so basically, yeah, exactly. And I will attempt inflict wounds again. Oh!
Hey, I
big.
think that hit.
Holy shit. Sure. Okay. What's the damage on it? Oh my god, dude!
What?
Damn.
That's a 3d10 that turned into what the fuck? God.
So the second it like stands up and it gets ready to fight Davron, you're just like your illusion runs past and puts a hand on it, and this like sickly green energy pulls back, and the thing just rusts into dust directly in front of you, like right in front of your eyes.
And Rom will just really like getting into it, just die.
Oh Jesus!
And with
Do I
that,
get the- do
with
I get touch of death or not? Sorry.
yes, you do.
Thank you.
Davron out here is just sucking it all up.
Gobble gobble.
Okay. With that, combat is over. The fake Mr. Fox has jumped over and escaped over the top of the hot spring. And Hearthsinger runs up to you guys and says, "We have to leave right now." Because we are officially out of
I'm
combat.
running to catch up with
All right.
everybody else.
Are you stopping her from leaving, Sorshana?
I'm not stopping her if we are going the same way. It's like,
Do
okay,
you
let's
want
go
safety
somewhere.
Or do you want information, Shoshana?
I want information, and I would like to say, okay, let's go somewhere.
Let's
where
go
we
to
can talk.
Baxter's and we can talk. I believe he has a back room that we can go and we can have a conversation where no one else will bother us.
That sounds like a plan. Let's go to Baxter.
All right, let's go.
All right, and with that, you guys begin to make your way to Baxter's place.
Man.
Let me move my observer account. Let me put you guys. I'm putting you guys in the bar. Here's that. Let me put you in there. And then let me get Hearthsinger. Where did you go, Hearthsinger?
Is Derpy the eagle still there?
Derby?
Yeah, sure.
Derby.
Damn it, Lou.
Derby the eagle has not arrived back yet.
Where is his back room?
You enter with Hearthsinger, and she looks at Baxter, and she says, "Baxter, we need a place to talk." And he says, "Oh, that's too easy." And he looks back at you guys, and he says, "Come with me." Actually, give me 1 second, because I need to restrict movement, because you guys are all over the place.
Yes, I also want to point out that as we left the bathhouse, I did put on all my clothes again. I am no
Okay,
longer
good call.
naked. Thank you.
Duly noted. As you guys, he opens the door to the back room, and he starts ushering you guys in.
Is this the back room?
The back room is directly in front of him.
This
Right
little
there.
thing?
That's the back room, yes.
Davron just clambers over the bar.
And he looks at you guys, and he goes, just press on the tap up. Press the tap upward.
Oh, I see. There's a door there. Whoops.
You okay, Davron?
You press the tap upward.
Ooh, hello. Very
What a
nice.
Sneaky Baxter.
Where does this
I'm gonna-
lead?
I'm gonna wait till Elix heads in.
Elix does head in.
There you go.
She's in.
And you guys are now back in the.
Wait, can we heal? But can we heal Dovron?
Yes. please.
She says. Elix says, "I'll heal him. We just have to get into the back before we can do anything else."
There's
Okay.
more back.
I will lead to the right.
And she opens the door directly in front of you.
No. Oh,
Okay.
Wow. Whoa. Oh, my computer crashed, I think. Oh no, I'm back. I don't know what happened.
And she leads you guys over to the table directly in front of this place that appears to be barricaded. And she sits down.
How many people is in this room?
Like literally, there's not a bartender. There's like Alice is sort of back here, like maintaining some cups and things, getting ready for what appears to be a party later of some sort. So it's just Alice, the bartender, and she looks at Rom when she enters and goes, "Oh, I don't believe you finished your whiskey." And she literally points at just a lone cup on the table on the far left that's sitting there, and it's half full of whiskey.
Yes, I was saving that for later. And Rom will go up and pick it up.
And she looks at you and she says, "Well, that's a good boy."
Alice, could I get a glass of water, please?
Oh, absolutely. And she goes and grabs one of the pitchers from behind the bar and she pours like a ton of glasses for you guys, because all of like Dovrod is a hurting unit. And he looks like he's hurting, and she pushes all the glasses to you and leaves the pitcher on the table full of water.
All right, thanks, love.
Thank
Does
you,
Alex leave the room?
Alice does not leave the room.
Okay, well, as soon as Alice walks away from the table, Rom will start spilling more of the whiskey out of the glass, just into the ground.
And Hearthsinger looks at you guys and she says, "Oh my gosh, thank you so much for saving me. That could have possibly gone way worse than I expected. But all you guys need to know is that the information I have is now safe."
What information?
I cannot tell you.
What the fuck?
We have retrieved a box of your belongings back in your inn.
Oh my god. And she's like, "Do you still have it?"
That depends. What's in it?
I'll show you. If you give it to me, I will show you.
You could just give me the password. and I'll see
I cannot give you the password.
Can you give me some healing, please?
And she's literally sitting there like basically channeling this bright blue energy into Davron to heal him to full.
I like how we have a bunch of clerics on the team and because nobody gives a
Please, please help.
What race is Elix?
Human.
Okay.
I want to
so-
use my insight to see if she is genuine and is nice and is not trying to be shifty or shady.
Okay,
Or whatever.
absolutely. Roll an insight check, please.
Oh.
I'm gonna do the same now that I'm healed.
Before
and I'm
the next
pain.
person insight, can I assist my teammate?
Absolutely. Go ahead, Davron. Roll at advantage, please.
Okay.
Rom will also roll it up.
Oh, absolutely. Davron, your insight is just like, you know exactly what's going on, and she's genuine, 100%.
Okay. You seem like a trustworthy person. I think we should give her the box.
I hand the box to Davron and say, if you trust her, it's in your hand now.
And I immediately just throw it at her.
Roll for damage.
She sort of takes it aggressively, and she like whispers something into it, and it goes. A small click is heard, and it opens, and it is, a very strange, but definitely arcane item. It is a perfectly spherical chunk of Arcanus.
We should destroy that.
Just raw Arcanus.
Rom would have tried to. Rom would have tried to hear what she whispered.
Go ahead and make a perception check. You missed it by 1.
Wow.
I think my character would know that that's Arcanus.
Oh, 100%.
Everyone
Everyone,
would know that too.
everyone-
and I don't, like,
everyone here would recognize it as Arcanus, but you've never seen it. Dalvron has seen it in its raw and unpurified form, and this is it.
Arcanus.
And Davron,
Sure.
Davron, you know what this is made for. Though what this is designed as a core for a salt bomb.
we should destroy this.
What need would you have for this?
This would be the information that he was trying to pry from me.
I tried to snatch the Arcanus.
Go ahead. Okay. Roll an initiative check. It's going to be my initiative, or make an acrobatics or athletics check.
Acrobatic or athletics? Oh, that's not really good.
What? I rolled a 6. You're actually able to. Are you grabbing the raw Arcanus, or are you grabbing the box?
The box that has the Arcanus in it.
You're grabbing the box. You're able to snatch the box and close the box before she can even react, and before she can even, like, do anything. Like, you have it in your hand.
Yeah.
And for anyone that doesn't understand what a salt bomb is,
I'm gonna try and grab it.
okay,
And try and close
But-
the box as it's
Well,
happening.
the box is already closed, right? I am now
Yes.
holding a closed box.
Okay, all right.
I thought you were just gonna try and grab it from
I
Fever.
am gonna try and grab it from
go and make
Shearer,
go and make
actually.
it. Go and make an athletics or acrobatics check.
Okay.
Can I do it again then? Yes?
Yes, you
Right.
have. This is an opposed test.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Lumi,
Give me the box.
Lumi, you try and grab it. Grab it from Lyrical.
I went for acrobatics, trying to see. if I
Yeah,
had
you
something
tried.
up
You
there.
tried to keep it away from him, but his arms are super long and his big hands. It's just like nope, and he immediately
I'm
grabs the
just
box
happy
from you.
that the box is closed. You can have it as long as
Yeah.
the box stays closed.
So
I'm gonna shove the box into my fur and try and hide it away.
So for everyone that is unaware of what a salt bomb is, a salt bomb is one of the first weapons ever developed by Breach when they first assaulted the world in the Awakening. And is the first ever weapon that was deployed. Oh. That Tarek already answered it for me. Never mind. Except the radiation that it produces after it is detonated. So it's basically a nuclear bomb that explodes, but the radiation that it produces is purely magical and doesn't let organic creatures live for any reason. Plants, natural things like rocks, plants, and stuff can live through it, but it salts the earth for living creatures. And the first ever deployment of this weapon was done into Sage Brink, and that is part of the story. That is part of the story that happened in the first part of the Awakening. Is the very first thing that happened was a salt bomb was deployed on Sage Brink, where there used to be a lot of things, and it basically destroyed everything. So that is the significance of what this core that she has means to the overall world. Is that she has the potential salt bomb core, and now Davron is holding it in his fur.
And I'm asking her, why did you have that?
I was told to keep it safe, and I was taking it to a place that can properly dispose of it.
I want to do an insight check on that.
Okay, go ahead.
Rom would also
God.
do that.
Me too. If they fail.
I failed.
Rom knows that she's telling the truth.
Who is the original owner?
It would be the fox himself.
So you stole it from Mr. Fox?
I did steal it from Mr. Fox.
And how does one dispose a raw chunk of Arcanus?
There's only one way to do it, and that is to send it to a different plane where people don't understand it and they won't be affected by it.
Forgive my twitchy comrades, Lady Hearthsinger.
I'm sure you understand this, but good help is hard to find. I am here, employed personally by Duchess Francesca. Did Duchess Francesca employ you personally to steal away from Mr. Fox?
When Duchess Francesca first became in power, I volunteered to become her sort of spy master. And there I learned and I trained with a bunch of people who were extremely good at stealing things. And I employed myself after Duchess Francesca moved to bigger and better aspects. And she recently gave me this mission to steal this core from the fox himself. So I did. He chased me down and didn't know where it was. And here we are.
Do you know what Mr. Fox was going to use it for?
There's only one thing that you could use this for, and that is to kill a ton of people.
So let me get this straight. So I'm talking this to the rest of the party. Mr. Fox is the right-hand man of Hearth Pass's governor.
Mm-hmm.
They are using Arcanus to make a bomb. Do you happen to know where's the target of the bomb? Or
that is what I was looking for when they found me. Is he has many contacts, and I was going through the list to try and figure out. I was trying to figure out where they possibly could deploy it, because anywhere they deploy it is going to be a massive detriment to literally the entire world. So I don't know at this point, and it's probably something that we, if you're willing to accept me sort of in your party, I mean, I can get us information. I can figure out where we need to go next if we have to, if we don't find that automatically. If you would be willing to have me in your party, we can go further with this.
Why were you so comfortable when Mr. Fox was interrogating you?
Because the second, if it was the real Mr. Fox, he would have shot me the second he saw me, on principle.
Hold on.
He's a shoot first, resurrect, then ask questions kind of person.
If you escaped, won't they come after you?
Obviously.
And if you are with us, won't they come after us?
Well, but that's sort of the thing. And she literally does this thing where she waves in front of her face and she changes to look exactly like Rom Valor.
Ooh, that could come in handy. How do we
Ron
know?
Smiles and says, you're quite handsome.
Ah,
How do we know Elix is your true? How do we know Elix is your true form?
it's not. But
What is your true form?
I cannot show you that.
I
Because
cast Daunting Roar. I am targeting both on Rom and Elix.
okay.
Okay.
I am not here to mess around. I am on a mission, and my time is very precious.
She actually saves.
Gotcha.
She's like, oh, and it sort of shakes her back into her Hearthsinger form, and she goes back into it.
My apology, I just coughed. What about Rom?
Rom, make a wisdom saving throw, please.
You're good.
8 plus proficiency, 2 plus con. What's your con modifier?
Oh, sorry. Let me look. My con modifier is 3.
Rom, what do you end up looking like? Because you are forced. Do you not to any specific thing, just a different.
I'm just frightened.
You are just frightened.
Yeah.
You're
Does
scared
Rom
of
see
shit.
himself?
He does not.
Okay.
I'm just scared.
Sorry, my lady. I had to make sure. What do you suggest our next course of action is to get rid of this Arcanus?
I think that we need to go meet up with the Duchess. And, well, first of all, we have to go meet the people who can get rid of this. Or at least, I believe their purpose is to reprocess it into a core for one of the steamship's engines, which is fairly simple to do that. It's an alchemical process. All we have to do is find an alchemist. It's not that difficult. But we just need to make sure that this is safe in our process of doing that. So that is our next mission, is probably to find an alchemist who can change this from its specific purpose now to another purpose.
I suggest something else. I don't like to play the political games. I would like to get rid of this Arcanus to not have it used in one way or another. We can send it to another plane of existence ASAP. How do we do that? Anybody know?
Make a
history or Arcana check?
everyone make a history check for me, please.
I have red
Damn,
book.
Lumi. Rom.
You dumb.
Rom isn't really sure what's happening anyway, but
He's a little frightened, so it makes
yeah,
sense.
that's true. That's very true. Lumi, you know of someone specifically in Insight who is an expert in specifically teleportation. And you also do know an alchemist that could make this Arcanus inert and turn it into coal. But they both are in Insight.
I turn to Shoshona and Davron and I say, I've grew up mostly in Insight. I've studied there for 6 years. There's a lot of powerful magicians and wizards and sorcerers there. I'm sure we could find a way to either dispose of it or turn it into energy that is not meant for a weapon. If we want to go to the Insight for that.
Whatever we end up doing, I'm gonna have questions for Mr. Fox, as well as Ebon the Strong, this governor. If they're trying to kill thousands and thousands of people, can only have connections to very dark and evil things.
I think regardless of what we're going to do with it, I think both of our solutions lie in Insight. Why don't we head to Insight?
That sounds like a plan. I can. Would we like to go by airship, or would we like to go by horse?
Horse! I hate airships. No airships for me. Horse. Thank you.
I'm fine by horse.
Horse seems like a very good way to get attacked on the road, especially if we are being followed by Mr. Fox and his people.
But won't they be
Yes, and
expecting
it's
us to
not
travel
very-
via airship?
What is the going rate for a 5-man ride on an airship?
The going rate for airships is generally depending on what stops they are, it's between 10 and 15 gold to take an airship. And there is also something to be said that your mission has been completed, and that Duchess Francesca did promise a reward as well.
Yeah, where's our reward?
We can get a reward from Baxter, yeah.
What would you guys like to do?
Traveling by horses is not very dignified.
Traveling via airship is very expensive, and it is the obvious way to travel.
Very well. You can ride on a horse. I shall go on the airship.
I like this rich man. I will also go by airship.
I've been very comfortable on horses. I have high animal husbandry recollection, and I like the idea of taking a ride.
Let's
close to the
first
ground.
see how much gold we're getting from Baxter.
Let's talk to Baxter first.
Baxter!
Wait, yeah.
You yell for Baxter, and he comes back. He says, "What's all this hollering and hooting? What's going on?"
Baxter, we completed our mission. We have saved Excel.
Oh,
Please give
all
us
right.
our
And
reward.
he
We need it.
he gets in his like he had a little pouch attached to his hip, and he brings it out, and he's like, "So there are 4 of you then. All right." And he takes out a little pouch and he pours some gold into each of them, and he hands it to you. He says, "You can count it if you want. It's 100 for each of you."
Oh, yeah.
All right, what are you selling, Baxter? Anything? Any weapons that are upgrades or something?
No, I don't carry any of that stuff. That would be illegal. You have to have a license in order to be an arms dealer.
Where's the closest arms dealer?
Well, you could go into town and purchase arms if you'd like to.
Okay.
But
Thank you.
What?
We
Yeah.
are looking to fly by airship to Insight. How can you get us a discount on a couple of tickets?
Oh, absolutely. I can contact one of my oldest friends. He's an engineer on one of them airships. Well, I believe the going rate for friends is 9 gold apiece, so it should not be that much of an issue. I can get you tickets if you'd like. I can have them here tomorrow.
My friend Rom only flies VIP. How much for that one?
I mean, the airships pretty much are VIP in and of themselves, so there's not really business class, as one would call it.
Yes, but not everybody on the airship is important.
Can I do an investigation check in this room?
What are you
I wanna see
looking
if there's
for?
anything in here. I wanna see, like, read through the there's like a map and like a table here. I wanna see if there's anything of interest on the table.
There was supposed to be a door there, but I'll let you have it.
Just
Okay.
got up and started rummaging through shit.
Baxter looks at you and he says, "Right. Oh, that's the planning room for one of the local pirate gangs. I would actually get out of there if I was you, by the way, Mr. Davron.
Oh, okay. I'll walk away then.
The door was not meant to be open, but I applaud you. Just, they don't really enjoy people meddling around in their business, if you get what I mean. But y'all could stay here this evening, and what we'll do is I will get you hooked up with that airship travel tomorrow. Meet me at the south entrance of Olive Shoals. There should be a large tower there where the airships dock, and you can send your way to Inside if that is where you're going."
Hold on. I think only 2 of us wants to go by airship. So how do we? What do you guys think is the best move here? Do we all go on?
I would
horses?
recommend everyone go on that airship, purely because of how long it takes to travel by horse via airship is a significant
what an
reduction.
adventure it will be. I don't like flying, guys.
I apologize to Shoshona and say sometimes it must be like this.
Flying.
Rom,
Sir
you fought
Shauna
with me.
hates flying.
Rom,
Maybe you could
fought
turn
with
into
me.
a big snake, and that will make you feel better.
Actually, good point. I'm not gonna turn into a snake. I'm gonna turn into a raven, and I'm gonna fly as a raven at the same time. I am not gonna pay that 9 gold.
But we could be. You could have a snake on a plane.
Snakes on a plane.
Rom will sigh very loudly. Fine, I will pay for your flight.
I will be a raven. I don't need payment. Besides, maybe you could take pets for free.
Well, technically speaking, if you called her a familiar, you could probably get her on there for free anyway.
Let's do that. Saves money.
Oh, I am Rom's cat now. I'm a familiar as well.
I'm sorry, but boy, you are entirely too large to be a pet.
I have a question. Considering we met the cat familiar, can I now turn into a cat?
You can absolutely turn into a cat.
It's not listed in my list again.
Yeah, that's because I have to make a stat block and get an icon for it. It will be
fair.
available for you next time we play.
Okay.
It's my cat, and I want it now.
So I turn to Hearthsinger.
Mm-hmm.
Will you be coming with us, or will you?
Oh,
just-
absolutely. I will absolutely be joining you.
All right.
Unless you do not want me. I can stay back if you would like me to.
No, she's handy. She heals.
Yeah. Since we
Let's
don't have
take
enough of that.
All right. And that is where we'll leave this first initial episode of Steel Horizons. Thanks everyone for
Wow.
watching. Yeah, I'm going to put on my handy dandy credits and we will see you next week. Join the Discord. Subscribe to the YouTube if you want some other stuff. We are going to be getting there's one thing I have to fix on this, and it was the fact that when I did this, Shiva's character didn't have a name. So you had not named your character yet when I made this overlay.
Okay.
So I have to put that there, and then we will have our Twitter stuff on there. Check. And yeah, No, oh yeah, I forgot to do the bot. Check in the about section of the Twitch. It has all the information there. It has the Discord, it has the YouTube, it has all that stuff. So you guys have a great night, and we'll be posting in the Discord next time we're going to be playing. Everything should be posted in the Discord the next time we're playing, and we are not playing on Friday. I believe I'm going to do a Q&A on Friday and possibly play some Divinity. I haven't really figured it out yet, but we'll let you know. Everybody have a wonderful day, and we'll see you later. Bye.